Anyway, we're here. Hi, everyone.
We're not here.
We're off last week due to FanFest and whatnot. We're here this week on Black Friday. Or, actually, it's not Black Friday anymore. It's Saturday, so fuck that.
It's Black Friday here.
Matt? Shut up.
Oh, this is how Matt died.
Anyway,
let's
get started because a lot to get through. Not a lot, but a lot to get through. So anyway, last we left off, the party had just finished up their business in Coreacre, having gained the knowledge of where Gostr's site was located, the abandoned mage tower that was the resting place of Scribe's Quill. With several in Emon having left earlier that morning, they made their way east, stopping for a moment to observe Veer's Arch towards the north before heading southwards along the mountain range, finding the pathway up the rocks without much problem, their donkeys in tow.
We're on recap mode right now?
42 of them.
Oh, yes, we're in recap mode.
Good, because I haven't heard anything the last several seconds, so I wasn't sure.
Oh my god.
Once at the tower, the notion that it had been completely abandoned was left by the side due to signs of struggle, footprints in the dust and dirt, and smattering of blood as well. Inside, they found destroyed furniture and crates, a large statue, and a darkened gate, which could not be picked, and magical darkness obscuring all vision except for Raoul's familiar Vellum, who was able to see through it all, reporting that it led down to a long set of stairs and opened up into a large room. Words were exchanged loudly as to what was to be done next, and whoever was in the tower apparently heard them, seeking cover somewhere further inwards. Gripping up, the party headed to the second floor, finding newly written notes in language none understood on the nearby desk. With a room search and no one found, the last place to search was up a ladder and through a closed trapdoor. Delcia and Raoul offered to go up themselves, but found the door weighted. Eric made quick work of that, though, with a hard shove, and the sound of skittering and whimpering was heard further into the top room. The duo made their way up, only to find a tired, wounded, and scared Elks, the little halfling upset that the necklace he had been wearing had been broken. He stated that he had no spells left after using his last one to disguise himself, but with some coaxing from Delcia, he let the spell drop, revealing that Elks was, in fact, a goblin. Raoul's limited healing abilities led to ambition, soon learning the truth about the little enchanter's true nature, questions held for after a bit of patching. Presented in front of the group, everyone seemed to be okay with the reveal of Alex's true race, for the most part. Questions as to why he had made the trip on his own. The boy grew worried that the party would hand over the quill to Marcel, and feeling that he hadn't been taken seriously when asked about the item at first, he left right after the party had gone to Coreacre. From there, while searching through the tower, some bandits attempted to cause him harm, and a fight broke out, leading to his necklace being broken and him wounded. His own spells and skills caused him to scatter, but he did fear that they would return. Despite everything, he had found the key to the gate below, excited to see what the archives held. Throughout the rest of the night, other secrets came forward. Eric's distrust of devils after finding infernal ruins on the third floor, Delcia's real form as a dwarf tabaxi after Flo grabbed her tail, Poppy's fear of offending Elks, and Flo's real name not actually being Flo. So, let's switch over to the tower.
What is this?
Thank you so much.
42 donkeys.
You never disappoint.
Rose! Rose, I love you. That's amazing. Thank you.
Is it actually 40?
It is 42 fucking donkeys.
That's amazing, Rose.
That is brilliant. Thank you so
you-
much for that.
I will give you the PNG later that you can count. I'm actually going to move this abomination and give you 2 regular donkeys.
Beautiful.
My God.
That was so worth it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The donkeys
Thank
cast
you.
mirror image.
Oh my God, those
Imagine
donkeys.
I love this shenanigans, thank you.
Yeah, this is what happens when you've got me as a DM.
No, the grace is great.
No, this is brilliant.
There's
Thank
one.
you so much for that.
Yeah. 2
Okay.
donkeys. Not Elks.
It's such a small donkey.
Hang on, I'm
I
fixing
didn't
it.
realize it was a
Hey,
little
that should only
babby.
be- 2 squares, I thought.
Listen, it's Tales Long. This is what's happening right now, okay? So, So anyway.
Suck it up and
Yeah,
the
don't
donkey
count.
and get him.
Don't count its butt. Its butt is off limits.
Okay. Anyway, so last words from the session was Flo stating that Flo was not her real name, and that Poppy was quite excited, surprised, confused as to what the hell was going on.
All the emotions.
So as soon as Poppy exclaims this, Eric's just gonna take his swords out of his sash and just plop down on the ground like we're not going anywhere soon.
What should I call you? I don't know what to believe anymore.
First, let me explain. Names have power. The fuck?
Sorry.
Nani the fuck?
That was my nephew in the next room. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Names have power. And it's something that we shifters understand, especially if you deal with Fae. So, we... unless you're family, or ones we trust, we don't share our true names.
So now Poppy's clutching the friend painting. The
To,
word friend.
Poppy feels lied to.
to
Betrayed.
those
Well, you gave me this
That
paper
I
that
do
said
not-
friend, right? Are you going to tell me your real name?
to those that I don't trust, I am Flo. To all of you, I am Tanya.
Tanya.
So do we call you Flo or Tanya in public?
I would prefer Flo.
Oh no,
No.
alright. Okay, wait, mental note. She's tapping her forehead.
So, just to clarify that I understand, you keep your names secret as like a cultural
Yeah.
precaution, safety measure.
Yes, it is. I am especially cautious because I do not know what happened in my time in the Feywild. I do not know if some Fey knows my name. But I am trusting all of you. I am Tanya. And if we are in a setting such as this, I do not mind if any of you call me such.
I feel really honoured. Thank you. She's sniffling again.
Thank you for your trust, Tanya-san. Anybody else? Ral-san? Ambition-san? Anybody? Are we done
No,
here?
no, really, I'm just a plain girl, really. Nothing special.
Nothing to share, puppy-san? Nothing?
No.
Are we certain?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think. I'm starting to doubt myself now.
Man, I don't blame you. Everybody's just throwing stuff out there at this point.
Well, while the rest of the group mulls it over, might I suggest we, and he points to the darkness in the back. After all, we came here for a reason.
That we did.
You guys see Alex kind of shuffle around in his little burrito of blankets. And he kind of shrugs out of it. And in his hand, for those who have seen it already, it's a very delicate but intricate looking key. It looks almost like wire work that's been layered. And Alex kind of pulls it out and he kind of motions toward the door. I'm ready whenever everyone else is.
Wait, you're coming?
Yeah.
He made this trip by himself. He deserves to go as far as he can as long as he's not in danger.
Could be dangerous down there. No idea what's actually lurking in the dark.
Alexon, stay close to me. Somebody else as well. We'll keep 2 people near him as a precaution.
I'll be fine.
I believe that. More than proven yourself as far as I'm concerned. But a safety measure, nonetheless.
Kind of gives a huff and shoulders the blanket back on and starts walking towards the stairs without waiting for anyone else.
Wonderful. Well, shall we? My God, I just saw Dulcie stuck.
Yeah, I just saw that too. It's just an angry white cat.
Angry.
So going down the steps, Alex gets towards the gate, and taking the key, kind of rolls it over in his hands, and you see him studying it. And Deli, from when you tried to pick it, you remember that it was a very complicated lock.
Right.
So seeing this key, this very, like I said, very intricate, delicate looking key, and then this keyhole, you're like, how the fuck is that gonna work? And you see him, it's flat in his palm, and you see him kind of push on it, and it slides. And you can see that the key is made up of actually multiple layers. And giving it a twist, you see it kind of lock into a very narrow X shape. And he kind of holds it tight and kind of looks over his shoulder at the rest of you guys.
Well, let's see what's happening in the darkness, shall we?
Oh no, I can't see in the dark.
Hey, Raoul, maybe for a change you should take point. You know.
Sorry. Yeah.
Does Deli look okay?
She looks like she could use a
Close.
hug and a strong drink.
She's breathing kind of shallowly. She is hunched over. Her tail's just dragging on the ground. There is no bounce to her step whatsoever. Her ears have been flat to her skull the entire time you have seen her in cat form.
Can I make a medicine check?
Go for it. excuse me. Looking her over, you can guess that she's probably while she doesn't, she's not bleeding and she's not like just dead over. You can guess that she's probably sustained some sort of maybe a cracked rib or some bruised muscles around her torso and specifically her midsection.
Who's the tallest person in our group?
I want to say
It's me.
I want to say it's
Eric.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say
Yeah, okay.
Eric, then Poppy, I want to say.
probably.
Flo is going to lag back towards Deli. And take out a healing potion. And offer it to her.
Deli's kind of avoiding her.
So she kind of steps away from Flo as she...
Yeah, she steps away from Flo.
Delcia-san, are you having problems walking today?
I'm fine.
You look hurt. And
Let's get this over with.
you
Going to be
don't
hard if you're not
need to
actually
suffer.
here to help.
I'm
Not
here.
Not to cast aspersions, but you know what they say about only being as strong as the weakest link, right? Come here. Won't take but a second, and we'll have you back in top shape. He's not going to walk towards her. He's not going to walk towards her, by the way. If she wants it, she has to come to him.
She's standing there hesitating.
Mission shrugs.
The tip of
Your
her
call.
tail, the very tip of it just twitches and she winces as it does.
Deli, come on.
Eric's gonna walk up behind her and very gently lift her by like the scruff of her
She
neck.
is going to flip the fuck out. He is going to have to try and grapple
Okay.
because she is going to flip the absolute
Gosh.
living fuck out.
Athletics versus acrobatics.
Oh, do I get to roll acrobatics?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I didn't roll very high, so. What do you roll?
Tell you in a minute.
Once she finds it.
Cut.
You're gonna be that.
Yeah,
25?
nah. Yeah, nah.
No, I definitely can't beat that, so I guess she just feels my hand brush against the back of her and she jumps.
She kind of swats. Just it's that little kid move where you just kind of like dead weight and like drop. But like you go to grab and you flat out miss, and Deli's just not happy.
Leave her. If she doesn't want it, she doesn't want it. We're here in business. Please.
What is
She
happening?
doesn't have to suffer.
Just trying to help. But if she doesn't want help, we'll move on.
Let's go.
What's going on? Are you hurt?
She did have a rope tied around her last night by a window.
I'm fine. Let's go. We are wasting time.
She's not wrong about that.
To be fair, we've been wasting time for a while now. What's a little more?
More time wasted.
Alex has just put the key in. He doesn't wait. You see him turn it, and it takes his whole hand to actually turn it, and you hear clicks and whirs and gears. And for such a simple, what looks like a very simple gate, there's clearly more behind what you can't see. And he turns it, and it turns probably about 2 full rotations. And then you hear a loud... It's a very loud thunk, like something slipping into place or out of place. And the gate creaks open, right in the middle. And as Alks gives this slight push, you can see that the darkness moves with the gates. And as it moves further open, you can see down these stairs. It's low light, but you can see that these stairs now go down probably about 50 feet underneath.
Neat.
And as the gates come to rest against these unseen walls, you can... it kind of fades to a point where you can actually see that there are gears and levers kind of embedded in the stone that apparently were keeping this gate closed and locked.
Well, to no great surprise, someone really didn't want us getting down here.
Yep.
Without hesitation, Alks just starts going down the steps.
Hey, wait, no. What did Eric say?
I am standing right there.
Actually, standing a ways behind, but
Yeah.
No, I walked up after I couldn't grab him.
If you're gonna follow, follow.
Poppy's squinting. I really can't see anything.
Alks drops his blanket, and he's still wearing the tattered remains of his robe. And you see him concentrate, and he kind of looks like he tenses his fist, and as he kind of like throws upwards, 4 little balls of light pop up and illuminate around him. And with a kind of a push, they kind of line one of the walls down, separating probably about 10-15 feet from each other. So the rest of the stairway is now lit.
Oh, thanks, little mate. Nice trick.
Thanks.
Flo is going to, as we walk down the stairs, tap Ral on the shoulder. She has at least a cracked rib, if not worse. For my medicine check, could I figure if me grabbing her tail like I did earlier hurt her at all?
Yeah.
Even it did.
It did.
Well, the thing is, you have to think about this. It's a delicate limb, or a delicate extension, that you grabbed and lift her full weight on. It would be as if somebody grabbed you by your ear and held you up. So, yeah. It sucked. Excuse me.
I messed it up earlier, grabbing her by the tail. She won't take this from me. It's maybe from you. And offers him the potion.
Okay.
So remind me, what's supposed to be down here again? Oh, right. The quill, right? There was a quill, wasn't
and
it?
whatever the
We're
hell
not
else was
certain.
trapped down here.
What do you think? There's a trap or something?
We know it was an archive of some kind, one of you said?
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Well-
probably a lot of books.
Quill archive.
Well,
Demon was trapped.
there was
by the
also
quill.
a very, very impressive door separating us from it, so...
Well,
Yeah.
there's a ton of books down here. And I'm done waiting.
There was a summoning circle of some kind up there, so there's a chance that if it succeeded, the thing summoned might be down here.
No,
so
no.
stay on your toes.
That's part of the story. Story goes that creature that was summoned was also sealed away, and they don't mean in the tower. The Alex, what was the story? The goblin. What was her name?
Fault.
Fault. The reason the quill is so important was because she made some manner of spell that got the demon to reseal itself away. Also, if it was a big old demon, I'm hazarding a guess here that this here door wouldn't be enough to keep it away from us.
While you're talking, Poppy is still just prepping her crowbow just in case. No, I'm not
Eric does have his hands, like, his one arm resting on his swords.
Alex is...
Could just be one layer among many, among seals.
Alex isn't waiting. He is taking these stairs as best as he can.
I assumed we were all walking as we were talking.
Okay, hang on. I gotta move everyone now. Let me do this, and then do that. Oh god, I gotta move myself. I forgot to move myself. Hang on.
That feel when the players see before the DM.
I listen. I got you guys there. That's what's important.
Yeah,
I forgot
did.
to copy everyone over, so you're gonna have to just move.
Oh
the shit.
god.
I forgot. I'm so sorry. I'm a terrible DM.
The worst.
Absolutely. Why is there a cat in my room? God damn it!
Because love and attention and dice.
It's the dice part. That's what it is.
They are very nice dice.
So as you come down the steps, and like I said, it's about a 50-foot downwards. It opens up to this massive library. These shelves run about 15 feet tall, and you can see that each side of the shelves have books. And at the very on the floor, you can see that there is a blank scroll motif. One that some of you maybe remember. If anybody wants to give me a quick int check, just to remember something.
If I'm going to roll, is this something that I actually am familiar with?
Mainly because it's been shown, or if you want to go about either a history or religion. I'm not telling you which one it is, though.
I rolled an 11. I don't even know if I saw it, but I rolled an 11.
I just wasn't going to roll on it if I had no reason to roll on it, so...
Yeah, no.
You guys recognize this as the icon, or the symbol that is above...
Poppy done.
No.
It's the
I love you,
symbol
Poppy.
that Anadis has above his doorway. And it's this very similar shape as the scroll that the statue upstairs was holding.
Was the statue upstairs a deity by chance?
Looked like a bard to me.
Just a bard?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying that kind of attention.
I'm starting to think maybe we should have.
Well, we can go and have a look-see when we go back, I think.
Without any, once Alex hit the bottom of the steps, he's just standing there and just looking back and forth. And the smell of paper and parchment and old oiled leather and ink just hangs. And you can see that there is a thick layer of just dust across the whole place.
Well. No great surprise. No one's been here in quite some time.
Oh, the dust is playing on my nose.
Things can be more than meets the eye. Stay on your toes, at least.
After Flo told Ral about Moon being hurt, you hit her with the healing light.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. It definitely kind of eases up on some of the bruising. That maybe cracked rib was probably just... If you've ever bruised a bone, you might as well feel like you're dying.
Can confirm I've
Does that-
separated cartilage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that involve touch, or was that just ranged?
That's a ranged one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I mean, since this was all flavor, it definitely does make you feel a bit better. It kind of helps you bring in that breath a bit easier.
Okay.
So you feel a little bit better, but maybe still a little sore.
Yeah. Her ears perk just slightly.
Oh, good. That I opened up a word.
I will go ahead and say I rolled a perception just to be wary of things, but I rolled really low, so I definitely don't see
that's
anything.
fine.
So, don't even mind me.
Ambition's gonna walk over to Poppy, place a hand on her shoulder, and cast guidance, because Poppy's been having some issues doing things as of late. And he's just gonna flavor text it by fingers to the eyes and fingers all around. Alright. He's gonna look behind him and wonder where the hell everyone else is.
Alex,
Oh, it didn't actually go
anything
off.
of note?
There you go.
Where is me? I am not.
You
there.
have to drag yourself.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, drag your token in.
I'm not special enough to know how to do that yet.
Okay, so
No, not right now.
this is what you do.
I don't want to know right now. This is what we're gonna do. You're just gonna move your shit.
Super easy though.
Don't care right now.
Don't care. Pull yourself in.
Yes.
You can do it.
Alex comes to stand on top of the scroll.
Did he respond to my question?
Oh, I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
I said, anything ring out to you, Alexon?
I can't live long enough to read all of these.
Well, at least you have a good goal in mind at first sight.
I mean, it's a lot of books.
That is definitely a lot of books.
Ambition starts snuffing out his cigarettes. Because maybe this isn't the place for it.
Flammable.
Aside from the books, does anything stick out to you? Can you sense anything magical? Or fiendish?
He kind of gives you like this like narrowed-eyed look, which is very drastic because he has these very large golden eyes, and they just kind of get very narrow at you. And he's just like, I would to detect anything, I'd have to cast a spell, but I don't.
Don't worry about it then.
I don't know where to even start.
Look for any books that are open or slightly disturbed.
I have a better idea. Why don't we all do that?
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Alex standing on the scroll, like, he looks down and he kind of kneels down and kind of runs his fingers over the stone. And you just see this large smile cross his face. And he kind of looks back up. Yeah, I don't... Oops, sorry, that was my bad. I don't... I mean, if the Quill's here, that would be probably a bad idea, because once you find the key, you're here, and yeah.
Did I by chance, or did any of us by chance take notice of the statues that are on the map there?
Not yet. No one said anything. Everyone's been looking forward.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Maybe it's hidden inside the book. Oh no, I think I'm losing to dust.
Yeah, I can fix that.
Turning towards everyone, Alex does finally look around. And you see these two large statues, and they're behind these glass, like the pristine glass panes. And behind them are mirrors. The one that is on the western side is of a warrior with his weapon pointed. On the eastern side is a person holding a book pointing.
The weapon's pointing on one, and the person is pointing on another.
Yes.
Where are they pointing?
Yeah, that's my next question.
It doesn't seem to really have a... I mean, they're both pointing into the library.
Are they pointing in the same direction?
No,
Okay.
A silver says that's supposed to explain what's where. War to the west, and traditional knowledge to the east.
Where would magical knowledge fall under in that?
What kind of magic are you looking for?
Well, the quill is an item of magic and binding, so maybe it's wherever the magical knowledge is.
I mean...
Time to split up and start looking through books, I think.
Unless anyone has a better idea, I have to agree.
Don't ask me for ideas.
Alex starts going towards one of the bookshelves. If there is... So, this is how it's going to be. If you are looking for a specific kind of book, like on a subject, give me a roll. If you're looking for a random whatever the fuck, or if you're looking for like books that have been disturbed, yeah, pick one of those three and then give me a roll.
Poppy would, because that's her heart, she's simple, would look for something that looks out of place.
Okay.
Eric also looked for anything that looked like disturbed, out of place. Maybe a little thicker than that's binding.
Okay.
I rolled a 12.
Flo is looking for
What I
something on
do-
the Feywild.
Is it investigation or?
Yes, investigation.
Oh, it's investigation?
Yes, please.
I rolled a 9 then.
Okay.
Now, Poppy, why don't you put on your scarf?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Nice.
Not finding shit on the Feywild. Of course.
What is Deli and Ambition doing? And Rawl doing?
Weighing the options of what to look for.
Okay. Poppy, I'm sorry, you were looking for things out of place?
That's correct.
Okay. From what you can see, everything's pretty sorted and lined up. There's no dust that's been disturbed. So nothing really looks out of place. Sometimes you find a book that is a little thinner than like the surrounding books, or a little thicker. But everything kind of seems to have its own place. If you wanted to randomly pull out a book, to maybe see, because some of them have titles, some of them don't. The thing that everyone does notice, these books are in so many different languages. A lot of them you just don't know. A lot of them, some of them you do know. So it's very, wow, this is deep.
Well, I know Elvish, Giant, and Orc, so anything that I recognise. Oh, Common as well, obviously.
Okay. In your search, you find a cookbook in Giant.
Ooh. Guess he's distracted now.
When you pull it off the shelf, it does have a very thick layer of dust. And flipping through it, it's a cookbook, but some of the ingredients are a little gruesome, like human head cheese, or veneer stew. You're not quite sure. Maybe you could adapt them to actually non-cannibal.
No. This is gross. This is gross. I'm putting it back.
She needs to find a coloring book. That'll
Hey,
keep
she's
her-
not that dim. Come on now.
Flo, you, as you're
A book
looking,
with pictures, yes.
you think you find, like, you see a book that's, it's got, like, these vines and, leaves on the binding on it, on the spine, and as you open it up, It turns out to be a pop-up flower book.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Still pretty.
It is still pretty.
So, failing
No,
finding
there-
what I was looking for originally, does anything in Infernal stick out?
There's a couple of books in Infernal. Grabbing the nearest one, you find one is an old ledger, like a debt ledger. People wagering money, slaves, magical
Souls.
items. Holding it, you don't feel really good about holding it. Like, something kind of creeps you out about this.
Yeah, no, I'm trying. Yeah, player and character both, I think, have a good idea what this might be. But I'm still looking through it for anything in the ledger that sticks out,
Okay.
Ambition
despite
5.
the vast amount of uncomfort he is in right now.
Okay.
Ambition's going to finally make his way, walking up and down the aisles. Not so much looking for books, just any spots that might be good for stashing something else. Places you would put scrolls, or pens, quills, and jewels. Things that aren't just books. Trophies and such. Essentially, he's just looking for hidey holes.
Yeah. Deli and Ambition both give me investigations.
Can do. Thank you.
There's one really, really thick book that sticks out to you, Ambition, and you're like, well, if I'm gonna hide something in a book, this is what it's gonna be. And when you start to pull it out, you realize that, like looking at the paper, you realize that the pages that make up this book, it looks as if somebody had taken several other books and pages and scrolls and just this menagerie of essentially a clusterfuck of papers and just put them together in this massive book. And looking at the front cover, it says from high and low. I'll let you chew on that for a second. Deli, looking at the sigil on the floor,
The what now?
The what now?
motherfucker,
Essential?
listen, if we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight. We should have fought last week. Don't start shit. Thank you.
I cannot wait.
Looking at the sigil on the floor, you see that the stones make up this scroll. It's embedded straight into the floor. Doesn't seem to be any odd shape to it. Looking at the statue that has the sword, oh shit, what is it? Let me give you the last one, because I'm trying to remember the right one. The one that's pointing, excuse me, it says, history is not written by those who are right, but those who are left.
Okay.
Ah. That's not Poppy saying that.
Yeah.
The one on the right, this is DM failing because I had the note and I can't find it now. Both of these things are in common too. Hang on. Looking at the one on the right, it says, if war is the only option, then let blood spill.
Okay.
Looking at the table, there's nothing with the tables. Poppy, if you want to give me a survival, go for it.
Oh, fuck.
Do not forget.
Oh,
the
wait.
D4.
Yeah, D4 though.
It's not going to be great,
Okay.
but you might crit.
I might. Oh, I did.
There you
Right.
go.
I mean, yeah, I was looking for a 10. The whole
Cool.
place is covered in dust. The only tracks are your own.
Alright.
Raul, what are you looking for?
Ral is looking for anything related to enchantment, as well as taking a look at anything written in Celestial.
There's a couple of books in Celestial that you can find. Give me an investigation.
So, fighting, like, panicking very slightly and looking through this book, does any of the items listed or anything like that stick out?
Give me a quick investigation on that, just because you're kind of skimming through it. Raul, going through
12.
one. Okay. I gotta double check on that one. Raul, going through the books, you see that there is a black tome that has a gold emboss on it. And on it, in Celestial, hang on. It says, Hunters of the Shadows. Eric, going through, you see nothing stands out. Some of the items that are described are very generic, like shield or boat. Occasionally there's a named item that you can gather, but nothing that would make you go, that. Like, what is that?
Okay, well then, if nothing sticks out, after a few minutes, he's going to very quickly close this book and put it back and move away, and then just kind of lean against one of the shelves and kind of catch his breath.
Okay.
On the topic of books, in this high to low,
Oh shit, sorry.
what are the languages? Are there any identifiable sigils I might see?
You mean like opening it?
Yeah, no, he thumbs through looking for
Okay.
a hole in the pages, but if he doesn't find that,
No.
very curious as
Um,
to what's in the book all the same.
It's, like I said, it looks like it's been rebound several times from use and additions. Parchment and paper and vellum of different varying degrees of weathering. The handwriting and inks are different consistently. It looks like it's just been a massive collection, a very old collection. Inside, some of the languages you do know, some of them you don't, but thumbing through, you can see that it's detailed descriptions of demons and devils, deities and divas, with very accurate worded descriptions and sketches of what people have seen them as or imagine them as. It has symbols that are associated with them, from ones that you know. Some of these are old and dead gods. Some of these are more recently accepted gods. It's essentially, what you can assess is a fairly complete list of any higher power.
Oh, right, well, he will walk back to the desk, take off his pack, put it on the table, and put said book in his pack.
Okay.
This book will be useful for himself and probably Ral down the line.
Okay. It is a heavy book. It is a thick book. We're talking like I said, it does look like it's years and years and years of work. Like
I've got things I don't need in this bag. Mandolin comes out, is laid on the table, doesn't go back in the pack.
You don't. I mean, I'm not going to encumber you, but it's definitely like an awkward weight on you.
Sure.
Who's next on stuff?
Did anything happen when Moon dropped a bit of blood onto the sigil on the...
No.
Okay.
It just, boop, that's it.
Okay.
Just if
Rowell's
anybody
gonna
walked
put
up and down the aisles, they would have seen at one point Eric, with like kind of like a cold sweat flipping through a book, and then a few minutes later, leaning against a shelf, breathing a little heavy.
Alex kind of wanders through and grabs a book off a shelf, and it just immediately sits down on the floor and starts flipping through it.
Alex, that story that you told us... Oh, should probably move over. So, that story you told us, I forget the ending, other than Fault managing to do real good. No word on whether she took that quill with her.
He kind of gives a shrug. I mean, the wizard went and taught her all that he could, and as far as I know, they lived here until they died. But
Died, you said.
Well, I mean, we don't exactly live to be old.
Poppy's gonna look up at the ceiling. Is there anything on there?
You can kind of see that there was, like, maybe an old, oh shit, what are they called? The paintings on
Chandelier?
the ceilings. No, paintings.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
mural.
Mural. I almost said mosaic, and I'm like, no, that's the wrong freaking word. Like, an old mural. But it's been long faded. A lot of the paint is just lost its color. There's no real sense to what it was.
Okay.
Once Eric has his breath caught, he's going to walk up to the first statue, or the closest statue to him, so the one that I have him by, and just kind of directly follow where they're pointing and see what shelf it ends at.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Ambition? Nothing pops up.
That's excellent.
From there, Eric, it takes you back to this bookshelf right here.
He's going to skim the books and see if what titles he can read and if anything looks useful.
Excuse me, heartburn. Fuck. From what you can see, almost all of them are, so, I mean, you can read some of them. But they all seem to be magical, practices, study books. Nothing really stands out. They kind of just look like textbooks to a point.
Right. Barring that, he'll repeat with the other statue just to see what it turns up.
Standing there, you're making me do angles. It kind of sends you almost immediately backwards to that bookshelf. Looking through, it looks like some of them are diaries, maps of lands that you are nowhere familiar with, some history books, and skimming through them, nothing really pushes forward on what you're trying to do, or what you're trying to find.
Eric will take one of the books that's just like maps and stuff and kind of flip through it and look at the maps of lands he hasn't visited yet.
Okay. You've seen these, like, you've seen maps. These just don't look like they belong to anywhere of this world.
Eric's gonna kind of cock his head and bring this over to... Who do you bring this to? He'll bring it to Flo, and kind of point that out to her, and see if it makes anything of her. Makes anything. Yeah.
See if she knows anything.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Gonna look it over. Am I able to make any sense of it?
Even to you, none of these maps seem familiar. Similar to the book that Ambition picked up, this looks like a bunch of maps that came from different places that have been just bound together. But knowing what you know of this world, none of these maps are of the continents of this land.
I want to ask if they're of the Feywild, but I do not remember anything about the Feywild. Does the eye react at all?
Nope.
Flo looks him over. Good few minutes. Shakes her head. I don't recognize anything here.
I figured you
Sorry.
might, if anybody. Eric will walk over and set the book down on one of the desks, and just kind of say aloud that here's a book of strange maps, possibly not of this world, if anybody wants to try to make sense of it.
I think I can. Remember, the wizard here didn't work primarily on this plane.
Right. Good to know. Any chance these maps will be useful, though?
No idea. Planning on plane hopping anytime soon?
It would be interesting, but not immediately.
Well, remember, the people that own these books aren't here anymore. If you find it interesting, it's not the worst thing if you feel the need to keep it. Though, hey, Rao. Rao, you there, buddy?
He's been kind of absorbed in that book.
I'm usually pretty alright at finding things, but I'm a little out of my element here. Any chance there's more magic at play other than just the gate?
Oh, hi there, little buddy. I'm just sat here.
Check.
So, Alex, I know it's not really the time, but I just wanted to say sorry.
For what?
I'm being a bit awkward.
He kind of just gives a shrug. It's okay. And with like another shrug, he kind of just like looks over at you. I know it's probably weird, considering what you do.
Yeah, I always worried though you'd get scared of me once I knew.
No, I was worried that you wouldn't like me.
Oh no, I mean, and then she sort of puts her hand over her eyes. Like, start talking.
Wait. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, you sound the same.
Well, of course.
No, you definitely Alex. Yeah, so, you should be.
Well, once I get my necklace fixed, you won't have to worry about this.
No, you don't need to worry about that. Really.
Are you gonna still stop by the store?
Yeah, of course. Only as long as you're gonna tell me more stories.
He kind of gives a smile. Well, of course. I mean, I'm gonna have a lot of stories to tell after this. I mean, there's
I
so
guess
many
so.
books.
Oh no, do I have to like pry you away from this place?
No, I didn't really tell anyone I was leaving, so I'm probably gonna be in a lot of trouble when I get back.
Uh-oh. You can blame me if you like.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. He kind of straightens up a bit, and his smile remains on his face, and he closes the book that he has, and shoving it back into place. Even though he's very short, he still offers you a hand. Right now, we should try to find out how to find the quill.
Yeah. See, I'm not good at this sort of thing, unfortunately. Give me something to push or carry or whatever, and I can do that.
Well, I'm not really good at those things, so if I find something like that,
Yeah, okay. I'll be your book trolley.
He kind of wrinkles his nose. Okay. And he definitely seems in a lot better spirits.
Yeah, just tell me what book to pick up and I'll carry them for you.
I'm gonna need like a horse or something. Oh wait, we have donkeys. No, I mean
Yeah,
you guys have donkeys, but
oh, you can borrow our donkeys.
no, I'll come back another day and to get some of these.
All right.
And he kind of gives a nod and starts walking back towards where the symbol is on the ground.
I'll probably just idly follow.
Yeah. Everyone's conspiring. I love this.
I was looking for something about enchantment. Found this while I was.
Oh, that's right. You found the Hunters of the Shadows book.
Yeah.
Flipping through the pages, it's a decent size. You see that there's several names and images of different creatures of varying sizes and shapes. They're either creatures that harness some sort of dark magic or shadow magic, and essentially how they go about either hunting or stalking what they do. Looking through, you can see that there's some things that are created, like you find something called a Nightwalker. The image is of this almost 20-foot tall, very slim, lithe shadow demon of some sort. Excuse me. But it says, it's never found outside of Shadowfell. Digging further, you find some things that are actually named. I'll give you more info in a second. I have to bring that back up. What is moon? If you want to talk it out. Or if you want to do a roll and I can give you a hint.
I can try a roll.
Okay. Eric had an answer to this question if he had heard it, but I don't think he heard it.
She might not have started speaking till he passed, and she's not really speaking loudly right now anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he heard it. So, he can't give his answer.
So, what would that be? Intelligence roll?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, no. Not a clue.
Poor Dally. You feel like you have the pieces, you just don't know how 2 and 2 keeps coming up fish. Maybe you're hungry.
Probably.
And are you still hurt?
It's more than that. But yes.
Who wants to give me a religion roll?
I can probably help there.
Could I even roll a religion check?
I won't ask you to. I almost said trained, but I won't ask you to be proficient. If you want to roll religion.
Well, I mean, Eric being from the East and a different set of gods and stuff.
Fuck, this is true. I mean, you maybe read something?
Fuck it.
Okay, why not?
Whoa,
No.
Deli.
7.
Okay. Ambition, you're pretty sure you know what that scroll is? You've seen it a couple of times? You're just
I go back and I reconsult that book.
Okay. It's a very, very thick book. If you want to do me...
Are there 2 C's in that thing?
Is there 2 C's in what?
Thick.
Thick.
Good.
No, there's like 4 C's, okay? They might as well...
Oh, damn.
They might as well be D's or E's at this point.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. You're like, it's a god of something.
Now he sits down, whips out a cigarette, goes to light it, doesn't, because dust, and starts thumbing through the pages until he gets to something that strikes him as useful.
Okay, give
What
me an
about-
investigation. Moon,
Deli.
you're pretty sure you've seen something like this back home? Okay. So, putting that as a note. Like some of the books back home probably have this in a certain someone's personal collection. And you've heard the name Agma. And you're like, yeah, it's the god of like knowledge and bards and shit like that.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Ambition, as you get probably about maybe halfway through the book, and a page flips and you catch it and you flip it back and you find the symbol, and it says, Agma, god of bards, inspiration, invention, and knowledge, and it goes on to say how what he does and what he means to people who follow him, especially people who are looking for inspiration. But he is a keeper of knowledge. And to both of you, it kind of clicks like, oh, that makes sense. Anidus is an archivist. He's got the symbol.
Right.
What do you want to bet this is back in Anidus's shop somewhere? Moon says
Oh,
this
actually,
inside.
I'm way over here.
He said he couldn't get in here.
Well, this is true, but just by some weird quirk, maybe it's in. It would be frustrating and funny at the same.
Hey guys.
Yes.
Yes, Elk's son.
Like I keep looking at these statues and I don't get it.
What do you mean?
I've been trying not to meta.
I mean, like they're pointing in 2 different directions, but they have to be pointing at something, right?
I checked both bookshelves they're pointing at. Nothing stood out to me.
Oh, why don't you bring those books back one more time? Let's see what they actually say, shall we?
Do you want me to carry a whole bookshelf of books over here?
Just the 2 that you brought before.
I only brought the one before. And he points at the book of maps sitting on the table, at the same table you're sitting at.
Sure. Then Ambition will start into that and have another look at it. This was the maps, correct?
Yeah, maps.
Having a look-see at this, is this architecture? Is it places?
It's
is it
like
a
world
funny
maps.
look? It's actual world maps.
Like cartography style world maps.
Are there any scratching, etchings, or stuff written on top of anything that makes certain points stick out?
Looking at it now.
Hey guys. This guy was like dealt with planes and stuff. Maybe he hit it in a different plane.
No. It's not his. It's false.
Well, it's false, but
Well,
she learned
okay,
from him.
Well, let's consider this. If it's this false, what did she specialize in?
Apparently in sealing away demons. Clever little thing.
Looking at the statue, essentially the war statue, that's what I'm going to call it now. Alex kind of looks at it and looks at where you had pulled the book. And stepping towards the desk, he kind of looks back at the statue and looks back. I don't think it's the right book at all.
Oh,
Thank goodness.
Is the perspective different from there?
Well, yeah, it's pointing to a different bookshelf.
Eric will walk over and look and see in the direction it's pointing.
Fuck
And
my
then
fault was a
follow that way.
goblin. Eric, you're too tall.
Oh, you might be right.
Hey, Alex, do you want to have a go at this? See where it leads you?
Yeah, but, I mean, where would I stand?
Stand where you're on the scroll, on the floor.
Where you are.
See where they're pointing, and try that.
Okay. And he kind of straightens up. He goes back, stands on the symbol, and he straightens up, and he kind of looks between the two. He looks at the war statue and kind of looks over. It's that far... Like, and he points directly to the bookcase that's against the wall. And he kind of closes one eye. I think it's one of those two books. And you can see that there's a green book and a red book, to where he's
Eric
pointing.
will go over and grab the books he's pointing. Can he read either of them when he grabs them?
One's in Elvish and the other's in Common.
The other's
What
in
now?
Common.
Common.
Okay, he can read the Common one.
Mm-hmm.
Eric will hold up the one he can't read, and he's like, I can't read this one. This one is...
Pull it out.
And he looks at... Yeah?
You see that the shelf that it was sitting on clicks ever so slightly.
Oh,
Eric's gonna jump back real quick, dropping the books. Hand going to his sword and watching.
Nothing seems to happen after that.
Eyes on the statue, did it move?
Nope. Still
No,
pointing.
he's asking that to them. He didn't look.
No, it's still standing still.
I need a click. What do you do?
Eric will take a deep breath and then straighten up and grab the books off the ground and bring them over.
No, wait. While you're there, better you than me, try pushing things around. See if you didn't unlock an extra door or some such.
Well, what if the other side does the same thing and it's a key process? We should do that first, I think.
Sure.
Eric, what books did you get?
He hands them over.
Well,
From across the room?
I walk over and hands them over, okay?
and which one made it click?
Do I know which one made it click?
The one that you can't read.
The one in the language I can't read.
Oh, it's Goblin.
Oh.
Fuck me, that makes sense.
Well, there you go. What's the book in common?
It's like a generic, tactician book.
Eric will stow that in his bag.
Okay. Holding on to the now known Goblin language book, Elks turns to essentially the knowledge statue, and narrows one eye, and he looks over and points to essentially opposite direction, the bookshelf against the side, and points. I can't read them from here. It's like that brown one, I think.
Eric will grab it.
Grabbing that one, you see that it's in. No, you know Draconic.
I do.
The one next to it, is in Goblin.
Eric will still grab them both.
Okay. Grabbing that one, you hear the you hear another. You see the shelf, the little shelf part, click down ever so slightly, and you hear a bit more of a rumble. And
Oh, more noises.
More noises. And in front of you, the bookshelf slips backwards and out of the way.
I think I found it.
Looking behind me to the other one, anything come of that at all?
Nope.
Alright, just checking.
Eric will walk over and hand the goblin book to Alex. What does the Draconic book say? What is it?
It's looking. There's no title to it. It looks like it has a name of what you can assume is the name of a dragon. Thumbing through it, it looks like a journal of some sort that this dragon went and randomly lived their life among, mortals, just to see what would happen.
Also putting that in his bag.
Alex with the books in his hand, he looks at the door. I'm not ready for this.
Eric's gonna walk over with one hand resting on his blade and kind of peek down. Like, is it like a stairway? Is it a hall?
It's a hallway.
Does it turn or is it just straight?
You can't quite tell because it's kind of gets dark and you're a human.
Right. So he's just kind of like looking into the dark and he's just like, I can't see anything. Does anyone have a light?
I'm coming.
Alex kind of holds the two books he's got, and he kind of looks at them. Hey, Poppy?
Yeah, what is it, little mate?
Could you take these for me?
No problem. That's my job now.
And he hands them over. He's very delicate about them. I'm gonna really want to read those when I get home.
Alright.
Moon, looking down, you see that it's a very smooth, carved hallway, and it kind of takes a bend to the left.
Smooth carved hallway, bends to the left.
Anything stand out to you other than that?
What do my cat eyes see?
You think you see a very, very faint glow coming from the far end.
Looks like there's light.
Alex, now free of his book burden, kind of straightens up. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Well then, let's do this, everybody.
And quickly, Alex kind of like double times it just to kind of get in front. Kind of weaves through all your legs to get right next to Deli.
Alex-san, let Delcia-san or someone go first to make sure it's not any other traps or anything protecting this.
He shakes his head. At this point, I don't think there are.
Humor me? I'd rather you not get hurt since you've made it this far.
I would tend to agree if you don't mind.
You hear him
better patient than dead.
You hear him grumble something in a very gargly, grumbly language, and he kind of puts his head down.
You are the goblin.
But he just kind of falls back a couple of steps. and kind of just looks annoyed. If you
Elsie,
want
son, would you like to check for traps?
Sure. Let's see, what'll that be? That's...
investigation.
Don't fuck up.
Okay, as you're going along, you see that the floor and the walls are just smooth, like perfectly carved. But you don't find any traps. Like, you tap along, like, what you think might be a trap. It's really just where the two stones were placed. Or, like, the in the floor. Or where an odd chip in the wall is. But this whole way, there's nothing.
Okay, so she'll just go along, just kind of tapping things.
Okay.
And beckon them to follow.
Okay,
Eric will follow behind her. Like, ready that if she somehow misses something and something springs, to pull her out of the way if he can.
Okay. Excuse me. You guys work your way, and as you get towards, like I said, it curves slightly to the left, and it goes down a little bit further. Oh no, not right now, hiccups. And as you guys get there,
If the game remembers to move us.
nope, you're gonna have to do it yourself. You all enter.
Oh
from
my
the...
god, it's so easy. Just
Shut up.
Just
Shut you.
highlight all of them and then right click and copy.
Nope. You all
Or
enter from
even
the south
Control
side, actually.
C.
I don't fucking care at the moment. Don't care. As you enter this room, it's this very large, round, domed room, and there are desks and scattered across the edges of the room. Papers and books are stacked on them, and along the walls, you can see that there are more papers and drawings, essentially taped or pasted on the wall. In front of you, you can see what is giving off this very soft glow. It's this massive anvil. And standing behind it is a very large statue of, it looks like it might have been a dwarf, but the proportions don't look right. It's just a very short, stocky, but burly man with a blacksmith hammer held above.
More gods?
What's the lighting like in this room?
Eric was about to ask the same question.
It's not bright, but it's not dim. It's very soft. And you feel, while in the archives, it was kind of cool. Here, even though you're deeper underground, there's a sense of, like, lukewarmness in the air.
Eric's hand still resting on the swords and the sash. He walks towards this anvil.
So, Eric, I'm sorry, you were going to go investigate the anvil.
Right. Once we were all in and he looked around for a minute and nothing stood out as, oh hey, that's gonna like blow up in my face. He's gonna still like in his wary, like hands resting on his blades, is gonna like walk towards this anvil.
Okay. As you get close, you kind of notice that lukewarm feeling seems to be coming from the anvil. Give me a quick investigation.
Okay.
And if anybody else wants to go quickly do something as he's doing that.
I just want to know if that's a god. Is that you to another god? Or if
it a
it's just a
god?
blacksmith.
So it bounced out of my box and I got a 12.
Okay. Quick relation if you want to do another god. No.
Whoa, Dalit!
Nope, it's just a blacksmith.
Just a guy? Just a guy.
Just a guy.
Guy.
That's fair.
Eric, as you get close to the anvil, you can see that it looks like, this anvil looks like it's been worked, and you can see that it looks like there's white residue of some sort on the flat of the anvil, and even when you look down onto the floor around the anvil, you can see more of this white substance.
I don't remember y'all saying anything about a smith.
I never did.
Eric's gonna reach out slowly and kind of... If some of this residue is like on the floor, he'll brush that up with his fingers.
Wash your hands after.
And kind of look at it and then see if it, like, if he can tell what it is, like, sniff it kind of thing.
It has no smell. It's kind of grainy. Rolling it through your fingers, it feels like it had been, like, pulverized.
I was just pointing out Eric does have smithing experience, so...
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure you remembered. It was something pulverized.
Yeah. Alex in the room starts going over to one of the desks and starts looking through everything.
That is not a bad idea.
I can't tell what this is.
What?
With the stuff in my hands, I can't tell anything about it.
No, like, the thing is, like, it's very, very fine. But like I said, it's very gritty. There's no scent. You haven't licked it, so... and your fingers aren't set on fire, so... You're not really...
Eric will, like, take a quick, like, tap to his tongue to see if he can taste what if it rings any bells.
It's very stony and bland. But,
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if that helps me
for it.
figure it out? Okay. Switch dice up. Hey, 19!
you think it's chalk.
Chalk. On an anvil? Eric's gonna reach out and just, like, put a finger to the anvil.
Nothing. I mean...
Is the anvil, like, warm?
It has that lukewarm feeling to it. Anyone who's searching, you can give me investigations.
Question. There's a blue wall
God
at the back.
fucking damn it.
2 natural 20s back
Oh,
to
no.
back.
Fuck, it's the same number too. Yeah, there's a purple wall at the back. Is it like a window or something?
Yes!
Holy
Wait,
shit.
what is happening?
What the hell?
I hate every single one of you.
It's amazing.
Too, Rose.
Hang on,
Can I just
Poppy.
roll investigation for shits and
Go
giggles?
for it.
No, okay, doesn't matter. Anyway.
I was just gonna kill you all if there was another...
Oh, I was hoping.
I did not.
Yeah.
Since you pointed out, Poppy, the back wall looks like there are 2 heavy metal slabs. And then there's a very small keyhole that you can see.
I found a keyhole over here.
Just a minute. Think I might have found something too.
And Bishan going through, like, looking through all the papers, they look like sketches and schematics, essentially. Drawings for weapons and shields and basic tools. Searching through your desk, you pop open one of the smaller drawers and you find several, like 3-4 inch long sticks of chalk. Deli, going through yours, I have to give to you because you got a fucking nat 20. You find something similar. It's the same weapons of different sorts. Weapons of different sorts, shields, tools, and then you find a couple of pieces of paper that have drawings of keys.
Magic users, I have a question.
Mhm.
Weapons and keys.
Do you not use chalk semi-regularly in ritual magic? Or
Not in the
casting?
type of magic that I do, I'm sorry.
Unfortunate. Alexon?
No, wait. No. I know a lot of spells. It's hard to keep track.
Ral, this might be more in your left in mine, I think.
I know one where you could. I keep it written in the book, though.
There's chalk all over this anvil and around it.
Oh, well, I hate to break it to your friend, and he produces the various amounts of chalk. There's chalk everywhere.
The anvil is radiating a warmth with no noticeable fire. I feel like magic's involved.
I mean, welcome to the entirety of this tower.
Kinda.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'll just stay next to this keyhole.
Sorry. I don't know why that was too fucking...
Can't help you. Don't have a key.
Chalk
I have
everywhere.
weapons that I
I've
think
just been writing down.
someone might be interested in, but...
Wait, what kind of weapons?
That's a good question. What kind of weapons?
Pretty much almost anything and everything you can find. Broadswords, short swords, daggers, scimitars. There isn't anything from home. There's but-
Literally every type of weapon I've seen except for the ones you carry.
Flo
Not
is
surprising.
actually going to examine some of the weapons.
Okay.
I'll hand it off.
Quality-wise, how do they look?
These are all drawings of weapons.
Oh, they're drawings. Okay.
Yes. There's no actual weapons. All the papers are drawings
Oh
of
yeah,
weapons.
just schematics, and he wouldn't say schematics, just draw-ups of various things.
And
Are there any daggers?
Yeah.
In...
There's a couple of daggers. Some of them are oddly shaped. Some of them have a slight curve to them. Some of them are very basic.
I'm going to look at one of the more unique ones.
Mm-hmm.
Pull out a piece of parchment. And I'm going to try and draw it with the special brush.
Okay. Go for it if you want to do whatever the hell we said. .20 proficiency and what do we say, Dex? And I don't remember. Dex. We'll go with Dex.
Delcia-san, what did you find in your drawers over there?
Yeah.
It's a very crude drawing of a dagger, and it pops out, but it's got a chip in it. The blade isn't really sharp. You're kind of like, well, if I have to stab somebody, I guess I can use this.
Jelly looks up at Eric and she takes some of the papers over, and she's moving a lot. She's moving a lot more like herself, although her ears are still kind of back. Her tail is up off the floor again.
When she brings it over, he'll lean down to grab it and just kind of say quietly, "Glad there's some pep back in your step."
One of the drawings is of a sword very similar to Eric's.
Eric's eyes will glue instantly to this paper.
When you get to it, there's 3 different swords drawn on it. There is a nodachi, a katana, and a wakasashi.
The Nodachi has his interest, that's for sure. Eric will kind of like trace... I mean, this is just drawn on a paper, right?
Yes.
Eric's hands will kind of trace the drawings. As someone who's forged these blades and is very intimately familiar with the process and whatnot, how well is the sketches here?
I mean, all the sketches are very detailed. Even the ones that seem to be like weapons for pure decorations, they have like enlarged versions of whatever etchings or inscribings that would be on them. These are pretty much picture perfect replicas, essentially.
These are perfect.
No, they're pictures.
No, but
You've had anything
the
else?
design, the sketch, there's not a flaw in them.
Well, the flaw comes from the person making it, right? All pictures are perfect. Right? Forgive me, I don't know how
Not
these work.
necessarily. Not with the blades of my home.
Can you put that drawing on the anvil?
Oh, also key drawings.
I produce a piece of chalk. Anyone want to try their hand at drawing something on the anvil?
Ooh, can I?
Tanya's good at
Press up a
drawing.
little bit.
Oh, I said Tanya.
Eric's gonna take the paper with the swords and just kind of put that in his in his like upper shirt to wait and see what happens when they do this.
Flo's gonna observe, and if something comes of it, may try as well.
Anyone I don't have not that kind of attention to detail.
I'll do it.
Holds out a piece of chalk. Go nuts.
Okay.
Elsa,
Anyone have something they want to draw?
I don't know it's drawing so much because there's chalk residue like it's been smashed.
I know, what's useful?
Alex has something in his, like a piece of paper in his hand. He walks over and looking at it. It's a very tiny, simple buckler that has some sort of design on it. And then he kind of realizes this anvil stands taller than he does.
Do you want to stand on me back? I'll lean down.
Can I?
Yeah, sure. And then she just like leans, like knees and hands on the floor.
Huh.
Hop on.
Well,
this
that's
is
one
a
way to do
switch.
that.
He kind of clambers up on top of you and he kind of steadies himself. And he takes the chalk and looks at the paper and kind of nods. Am I just drawing this?
I'm not sure. The residue on the anvil and ground suggests not so much drawing, but something else. I just can't pin down what. You're welcome to try drawing it.
He kind of looks up at the blacksmith, and the underside of the hammer that would essentially, if it would hit the anvil, he kind of points out, well, I mean, there's chalk on that too.
Eric will look up at it.
Put
There's
down
chalk on the underside of
drawing
the
and
anvil.
chalk?
Yeah. What Ralson said.
I actually missed what Raul said, I'm sorry.
Put down the drawing and the chalk.
Takes the little buckler part and puts down the chalk, and like kind of balancing himself, he just kind of stands there and waits. Nothing happens.
A command. A switch.
Can someone pull the scarf down on my face, please? I'm getting a bit hot.
Moon will do so.
Thank you.
Reaching over, Alex grabs the chalk and paper. Well, I mean... And you see him like roll it through his fingers, and he closes his eyes and he mutters a couple of words, and you see him, when he opens his eyes, they have a kind of a twinkle to them. And he looks at the chalk and looks at the anvil and the blacksmith. And then kind of wiggles off your back, Poppy, and quickly goes over to the door, and you see him press his face flat against it. And you just hear this noise. And you know if you take a balloon, you fill it up, and then you squeeze the neck, and it's that high-pitched noise?
Oh, yeah.
That's the noise that Alex produces. Guys, it's it.
Alexon, what's
what?
wrong?
There's something behind the doors.
Yeah.
No!
It's,
Like,
What doors? What doors? Those big ones, the metal ones?
yeah.
Oh, okay, I stand up. What do you think it is?
Drawing my weapons.
It's small.
Small?
like goblin size small.
Like goblin size small.
Oh!
Delcia-san,
Yes.
did you say that you found drawings of keys?
Yes.
Poppy-san, you said there's a keyhole over there, yes?
Yep! Alright, hands and knees again. Boop.
We've got to figure out how to work this
I
anvil.
just imagine her just falling over, just.
Bonk.
Hey, Alex,
Huh?
do you have any idea what is goblin sized on the other side? Any idea at all?
It could be the Quill.
Alright.
Might
Only
be.
one way to find out.
Mm.
Try drawing the key on the anvil.
Magic users try to figure out the anvil?
I mean, it's.
Search the remaining 2 desks?
Alex's face is still kind of pressed against the door when he talks, so you just hear, all of it's magical, really.
It all being magical doesn't tell us how to work it, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I know.
Right. What's the smith's freehand look like?
He's got it placed on the edge of the anvil, so like it would be if he had been holding like pliers or tongs to hold whatever would be in there, like in place. That's the position the hand is in.
Does it look like something can be put in the hand?
No, it's a solid closed like fist.
Okay.
Eric's gonna search one of the remaining desks for any kind of what he can find.
Well, it'll be the one off to my left.
Oh no, did Alex search this one already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well then yeah, I guess I'll search this one. I got 17.
More perfectly drawn pictures of weapons and not armor, but like very simple flat pieces. A couple of shields, like I said, tools. You do know that almost all of these things are items that are made of metal. If they have any non-metal component, it's very, very minute.
Nothing that looks like some kind of directions or that could give a hint on how this anvil behind me works.
Nope.
What parts of the statue are hot? Is it just the hammer or is it everything?
Nothing's hot.
Well, sorry, lukewarm. You're
Yeah,
correct.
it's only the anvil. Like when no matter where you touch it, you definitely get that lukewarm feeling.
Fuck it, I'll whip out a torch, light it on fire, and just hold it against the anvil.
Wait, let me move first!
Oh, well.
Alright, I'm out the way.
Now I will go do all those things.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it just responds to fire.
Nothing.
None. No, well, I'll kill the flame.
Eric will kind of walk
Alex,
around.
your key from the gate doesn't work in that, does it?
You see him kind of look at the door. No, the key, the problem is the key upstairs is locked in place. So it definitely can't go to this. Deli said she had pictures of keys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eric's walking around the
show them.
statue at this point, trying to see if there's like a switch or something, or any engraving.
Just flick it on.
That's right, you turn on that statue.
Eric doesn't do magic, alright? He's just trying to figure it out.
Fair.
You know, work the balls.
Oh, my
Mmm.
Anyway,
Magical gathering meeting.
Looking at the pictures of keys, do you want to take them to the? Do you want to take them to the door to see if we could compare them to it?
looking at all the keys, they're of same, like, they look as if they're the same size. It's just the teeth configuration that is different.
Maybe we just need to ask the statue nicely. Could you please make us the thing?
There's
Open
Think out of
sesame.
pastries.
no prodding it with words doesn't seem to invoke or evokes any reaction.
So
Chalk is definitely involved.
we tried setting the paper on the anvil with a piece of chalk, and nothing with a piece of chalk on it, and nothing happened.
Telling you, someone with an eye for detail might make this work.
I can try this too. So she's gonna take the paper and a piece of chalk, and she's gonna put it on the anvil, and you know what? Prick her finger again.
Wait, what? No, blood shouldn't be. Alright.
You never know. So she'll drop a little bit of blood on the anvil with the paper and the... Who knows? She's gonna keep trying this blood shit, because the statue said...
We need to have a talk about that.
I don't.
Wait, hold on. What statue told you that blood needed to be involved?
Spilling blood for fighting the warrior statue.
What are you talking about, Delcia-san?
I don't remember this.
Did you not...
Why don't you draw the thing on with the chalk onto the anvil?
That was my plan. I just don't have the attention to detail and the...
As I said,
And I
Tam is really good at drawing.
Have her draw it.
I'll
Okay,
draw
so the two statues up there, one said history doesn't remember those who are right, it's those who are left, and the other statue was something about spilling blood and fighting. So I was thinking weapons or whatever by a smith and an anvil, and maybe that. So
The first part of that is, I know vaguely what it means, probably. History is not recorded by who's right, it's recorded by who's left. It's recorded by the winners.
right, I understand that, but it also could have had other meaning here in this situation.
Could have just meant.
If it had been in here, I might have agreed. But up there, back there, it seems mostly just a library knowledge.
Flo, what are you drawing?
I am drawing the dagger that I failed to paint.
Okay. And you're drawing it with the chalk?
Yes.
Okay. You take a minute and you fill out the details and whatnot. And as you finish, you hear... And the hammer swings down and crashes onto the anvil.
Oh!
I
And as
take
it-
it
There
back.
we go.
As it pulls back, your dagger is perfectly there.
Wait,
Wow, that's amazing! Tap,
You
tap,
drew
tap,
What's the
tap.
quality
dagger?
like?
I pick up the dagger and I look it over.
Hey, it works, hey! That's really good.
It's got a
I was-
similar lukewarm feeling to it.
but the key.
Let's
No,
try
now
the
that you know
key.
it works, you can do it again. Which key, though? There's many, isn't there?
There's 3.
Can you draw all three at once? Does it work like that?
Let's try one to begin with.
Okay.
Can Eric see the dagger when you go to do that?
She does hand off the.
Eric's really curious about the quality of this dagger.
I mean, it seems to be a very...
Oh.
A very...
And this
Oh, boy.
is why I wanted you to draw the key.
The dagger seems to be made out of maybe steel. It's a very basic dagger, but it's very well made. Flo, you're like, I got this shit, and you made like a Dorito. It doesn't even look like a key.
Eric's gonna walk like out of the room with the dagger and see what happens to it.
Like, walk back into the hallway?
Yeah, walk back into the hallway and see if anything happens to it.
No. Nothing. It just remains in your hand.
And try this again.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay.
Oh no.
Taking the time, you're like, oh, I screwed that one up, shit. Taking the time, you draw the first one. You finish it up, and as you finish it up and pull back, you hear the same clicking, and the hammer comes down, smashing, and it comes back up. And there's the key you drew.
Next key.
Yay! Now what are the odds it's the one we need?
1 in 3.
Yeah!
Did anything happen to the dagger?
No. Dagger remains. Dagger's still there.
Then I'm going to draw the second key.
Okay.
Did I dead? Where am I? I'm underneath.
Did you say you're dead?
I did.
I just couldn't see myself. Well, whilst they're all looking around for that, I pick up one key and take it over to. Seems
God
only
damn it.
right. Seems only right that you do this.
God. my-
You draw the second key. And the same thing happens. The hammer comes down, smashes it, comes up. Key. Third one, you drew a really terrible stick chicken. Nothing happens.
Last try.
Oh dear. Yay!
This one's a bit fancier, so you're like, you know what, I really gotta buckle down this shit. So you take the time, and you're like, okay, get the right details, get the right curves, and you pull back. And again, the hammer comes down, smashes. And as the hammer comes up, the key's there. And the clenched fist that was on the anvil snatches it. Roll for initiative.
Oh shit! No!
I didn't get to try making my weapon!
God damn it!
Give me a token.
Yep, hang on, give me a second.
Yeah, let's have her get. Alright.
Okay,
I
hang
had
on.
something I wanted to make too.
Hang on. Hang on, stop rolling! I've got all this
No.
shit up.
Oh, oops.
Actually, those were all the
There was
correct
nothing on-
numbers.
Yeah, they were.
No, they had old numbers. They had your old ones.
Oh, I see. DM can only see this. We can't.
You were
Oh.
seeing ones from the other.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm Manly Adams and I'm a bad DM.
Also, no more of that, thanks.
What?
That bad DM business.
What?
Yes. Stop insulting yourself.
Yeah, that's my job.
Fuck you.
There we go.
No, I meant insulting myself, not insulting you.
Oh.
I mean, it can be my job to insult you too if you'd like, but I'd rather not.
Ah,
Woo!
just call me Pike.
Clerks for last, yo.
Best place for us to go, to be honest.
Sort from descending.
You didn't add me?
You got 10. Sorry. Because it wasn't in front of me, I was like, what? 10. Okay, so. The blacksmith goes first. With the key in hand, and his hammer in the other. Try and think of who's closest.
Technically ambition.
Technically ambition.
Technically ambition.
Because I never moved my my thing to give Alex that coin, so I'm still stood right there.
Yeah. Hang on, I need to double check reach. I didn't say that out loud. Shh. Oh yeah, you're within range. So the hammer reels back, swings. Oh, that's not gonna fucking hit. 13.
All I need to do is hit a 17. Alright, well, never mind.
No. This is
Because I don't have my shield up yet.
Yeah, this is a big clunky hammer, and it swings, and you're like, "Fuck that!" Kind of back out, and it whooshes, and as it passes by, you can kind of feel this pulse of heat, like just by your face, and it kind of straightens up. Rawl, before your turn, and since everyone's right there, you hear this boo, and the anvil gets a little brighter, and it's a little warmer in the room now. Rawl, it's your turn.
I think we might want to go back to the hall.
I think we want what's in his hand.
Why not both?
So he's gonna move back a little bit.
Oh, did you roll for Alex?
Oh shit, thank you for reminding me. Poor boy, I always do this. I always forget the NPCs. What is my boy at?
He was just shocked.
A wee bit. Oh, thank God his initiative is fucking low. But thank you for the reminder.
No problem.
I'm-
Actually, this works quite well for what I want to do. Aha.
Rab's gonna grab his casting crystal and throw an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that hits. Jesus, man. Okay.
Alright, but crit.
Yeah.
+1.
So seeing this monstrosity in front of you, and you're just like, no, I'm good, I don't need any of this. You whip your hand back, and you toss the blast, and it hits squarely. But this thing is made of stone, as far as you can tell. And it doesn't seem to really phase it. It hit, it connected. But it definitely is not... It doesn't seem really bothered by the hit.
I don't like that.
Anything else?
No, that's his turn.
Okay. Flo?
Well, it's... Fuck, that means I gotta step up. Wait, this isn't Pathfinder. I can actually, like, move more than 5 feet and still, do all my other cool shit. So... well, I guess it would provoke an attack of opportunity and all that movement. Yeah, fuck it. He's got a big old bulky hammer.
So what are you doing?
Stepping up around him.
Okay. Yes, figure out what you're doing, what your movements, so we can figure out what the hell's going on.
Working on it.
That should have been with advantage.
Why?
Because... Oh, wait, no, he's not in range. Never mind.
Nope. You connect, and your sword bounces right off.
Okay. And my flurry of blows.
Both of those hit. Okay. Once your sword bounces off, you use that momentum to swing back around, and you land 2 solid hits, and it's like punching pure unadulterated stone. This dude is solid. And you're kind of worried about exactly how you're going to bust through this. Anything else?
That's everything.
Okay. Deli?
Okay. She is going to step up, and as she passes Eric, she's going to whack him with her tail.
Taking a Karstein move there.
Yeah. So, Master of Tactics, I believe it was?
Help. Yep.
Yep.
So you've got
So,
advantage on your next attack.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, he just feels her tail just whack him in the leg as she steps up. So now it's time to stabby.
That hits.
Okay. Shit for damage.
Okay. Getting up close, you kind of... Your knowledge of, okay, this should hurt on a person. And you end up actually catching, like, a small little crack in its leg. And your rapier gets jammed for a second, but it definitely chips off a little bit more. But, of course, this thing is still standing. Still very intimidating.
Right.
Movement action, you're done, right?
Yep.
Puppy! And yes, it is a large.
Thank you. No, first she's gonna run right between it and Alex, actually. And then she's gonna reach behind her to touch his head, and then cast Long Strider on him.
Okay.
Just so he has extra movement, just in case he needs to run away.
So he's up to 40.
If you need to go, please just run, alright, little mate? Don't me. And then she'll, actually, is that an action? That's all she can do right now.
Okay. You still have your bonus action.
Oh, what's my bonus action? I don't remember. Wait, is this Hunter's Mark bonus?
Hunter's Mark's bonus.
It is. Oh, guess what I'm gonna do?
Hunter's Mark. There you go. Okay. So focusing on the blacksmith, you see your magic wrap around it and just kind of hold on to it. You're like, I got this thing's number. It is Elx's turn. I gotta double check what the fuck he can do. Oh, I didn't give him that. Shit. Oh, wow. His spell list sucks for this fight. Why did I do this?
Because you went with what would make most sense to the little dearie.
Essentially what I did. Actually, no, he can do that. Let me just double check something. Oh, no. No, it's focused forward, so it doesn't matter. Alk's seeing this, kind of, his eyes, which are already huge, they get bigger, and he kind of takes a step back, and he takes a deep swallow, and, fucking H, what is it? Oh, why is that not there? That's really annoying. Give me 2 seconds. I'm totally not looking up a spell. Why is that not there? Oh, that's why. Okay. You hear Elks clear his throat and he goes, this is gonna be loud! And he brings his hands over his head and he claps downward. And on the other side of the statue, you feel this wave push. Oh wait, no, I can't fucking do that. Itself. Shit.
It emanates from in front of you.
Yeah, so he needs to move to do this, which he still can do that. That's 5. My bad. I fucked up. I don't play casters often enough. Right.
Remember, extra 10 feet is up.
Right there. That's good. He does that, and this thunderous wave comes down right in front of him, and you can actually see the arm that was holding the hammer kind of trembles. I do have to go and roll a save for this jerk. Where'd my D20 go? I had it. Disorganized as hell, losing dice, and they're brand new. What else is gonna happen today? I just had the damn thing.
Everything else is gonna happen.
Oh, there it is. I don't think that's gonna save. Nope, that saves. Okay. Excuse me. That's still a ton of damage either which way. So the arm that's holding the hammer trembles as this wave of thunder hits him. How much is it? Close the frickin'... it's still a lot of damage. Shit. That's a 10. I need an 8. Nope, not the void. Okay. Damage is done. That was still a lot of damage. Shit. And there's this look of determination now in Alex's eyes, and he's staring towards where the hand is that's holding the key. He is done. It is now yours, Eric.
So Eric's gonna the dagger. Gonna draw the and he's just gonna stab forward with the dagger.
Okay.
Face attack, which is at advantage. Which doesn't mean crap, apparently. 10.
No.
Yeah.
You stab forward and it just goes tink.
And then I guess, he'll use his bonus action to kind of turn to look at Raoul and be like, why should we be making our way to the hallway, Raoul-san? What did you see?
That anvil's getting brighter.
Eric will kind of look down at the anvil. Is the anvil getting brighter?
It seemed to be getting brighter.
Maybe start making our way out of this room. And that's my turn.
Okay. Ambition.
Well, having that hammer nearly take his head off, he will have taken a step back, drawn off from his bag, or from hanging just below his bag, his mace, and not his spear this time, because you're all fucking amateurs with your slashing weapons.
As you take a step back...
I used a piercing weapon, thank you.
Well,
hammer comes back around and swings at you.
No, not out of range.
Oh.
It was for flavor
Right,
for the
yeah,
missing,
sorry.
for missing the head.
I thought you were moving backwards. I'm like, shit.
No, kind of like ducking away so he didn't take my bloody head off.
Gotcha.
He'll reach back to draw the mace from his the hanging off the bottom of his pouch, let his pack fall, draw his shield, and instead of swinging, utter a prayer. Hear my prayer, sweet singer. Guide this band of misfits to safety, or grant us the strength to cut our own way, and cast Bless on Flo, on Poppy, on Eric, and on Moon.
Okay.
This is a second level Bless. Second level.
Okay.
Do. And I'm sorry I don't have a bludgeoning weapon. Gee.
You didn't hear him say that. That's what happened
No.
in his head.
I know, that was out of character.
Oh no, he very much thought this.
Yeah.
I have bludgeoning weapons.
You do have bludgeoning weapons. Fair play.
Okay, so I'm sorry. You said Flo, Poppy, Eric.
On everyone in melee but ambition.
Okay. So you get to add a D4. Gotcha. Okay. Anything else?
That's his entire action.
Okay. Blacksmith's turn again. Let's roll. I ain't gonna fucking hit. Deli, the blacksmith winds up and comes to crash down on you. But the aim is so far off, it's almost comical. And it crashes into the anvil, and the anvil kind of shakes and vibrates.
Wait, I quickly draw something under it.
Fucking mechanics. At this time, the anvil pulses again, and you hear new clicking and shifting and shuddering. And the door in the hallway that you came through closes off.
Oh, shit.
Ral was right.
Fudgesicles.
This is the problem here. Ready? Ambition, Deli, and Eric.
Uh-huh.
You all take 1 damage as this pulse of heat ripples off the anvil and hits you.
I'm gonna ask a very stupid question.
Oh no,
DM.
you take no damage. Sorry.
Yeah,
You take no
tiefling.
damage. Fucking forgot.
Tiefling.
Forgot.
No, it's fine. You could have had that happen anyway. I was just curious
No, no, you're resistant.
because I'm not immune to it. I'm just resistant.
resistant,
So.
but it's 1 damage. You'd be like, okay, it's a little hot. Whatever.
Fuck. All right, that's warm.
Yeah. But Deli and Eric, it almost steals your breath away. You're like, oh, okay, that wasn't cool. No pun intended.
It suddenly smells like burnt cat hair.
Ral, it is yours.
So when it hit the anvil and made it shake, did it make like a hollow noise?
No, it was still a very solid hit.
Okay then. So Ral is gonna try to, for the moment, keep blasting away at that statue.
Okay.
Oof, that's not gonna.
Yeah, you wing it back, and having seen the pulse of heat and the doors now shutting, you're distracted, and the spell soars over and crashes into the doors against the back wall. Anything else?
That would be it.
Okay. Flo.
Gonna shift some opposite Deli.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that should have... I forgot to hit advantage.
We'll roll again then.
That is unarmed strike, but it's the same bonus, so...
You still have to roll a second time.
But all the numbers are
No,
the
no,
same.
no,
is what
no.
I'm saying.
I hit the wrong button, but it's all the same bonus. So I would have gotten a 10 on the longsword.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, again, you swing with your sword and it bounces off and it kind of vibrates through your hands. You're like, oh, this kind of sucks.
And then 2 armed strike.
You swing with the first one and you connect, but it doesn't... It kind of actually hurts your hand a little bit. But, like, doubling back, you come back with the second hit and it seems to do damage. So that's second one. Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it.
Deli!
Okay. Let me check something. So, can I hit somebody else with Master of Tactics as well?
Yeah. I mean, it's once per your round, your turn.
Okay. So, it only lasts, what?
One attack.
Each time,
Well,
one attack. Alright.
it lasts one come around. So you use
Actually,
it
I got blessed.
Yes.
Can I use that on...
on
that,
You all have to remember that I'm very bad for it, by the way. And it is on attack rolls, so...
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the roll. Which one are you adding it to?
the 15?
Go. You can. Yeah, go for it if you want to roll. Nope.
I don't think... Nope. Not enough.
Okay. It's once. So whether or not Eric uses it, once it comes back to you, it's gone. As far as I remember. Let me double check. Long strider.
Sounds right.
Health bonus, attacking creature target, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, as far as I know, it only acts until your next turn. Then you can give it out to somebody else.
Okay. So, let's see. Ambition has a mace, and I guess his spirit weapon. Okay, shield. Alright. Good enough.
You have seen through to what I'm going to do next, though.
Yeah. Ambition's gonna feel a tail whap his leg. And she's going to...
There's a flinch, the shield goes up, and he's very confused.
She just doesn't say a word, just whack!
Okay. So you have advantage on your next attack.
Good to know.
Yep.
Your next attack, not your spiritual weapon's next attack.
No, my next attack. It's fine.
Yeah, no.
Even with advantage, yeah.
Even with advantage.
Yeah, you try to go for that same little crack, and your rapier just deflects right off.
That's fine. That's fine. Ambition's up soon, so eventually.
Anything else?
That's it right now. She's
Okay.
kind of pissed.
Poppy, is yours.
Well, remembering back to the wall, she doesn't think arrows will do very well against this stone statue. So she's gonna take... Can I do something silly again?
You can try, and then I will tell you what.
I will take my frying pan from my mess kit.
Yes!
God,
Yes!
fucking
I
Christ.
will use my feat, Tavern Brawler, which gives me proficiency with improvised weapons,
Yes, it does.
and I'm gonna whack it.
I have so much questions, but the most pertinent one is, how much damage do you get off of a frying pan?
Okay, hang on.
I'm
The
not
same
sure.
as a club, I think.
Which, the thing is, depending on the
Up to the
club.
DM.
Clubs are 1d4, 1d6.
I think they're 1d4.
Yeah, clubs are 1d4. I will give you your... So it's a d4 plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
I I wish she had Shillelagh so bad now.
I know. But you have to roll first, so.
Yeah, it's a D4.
D4 plus strength. Plus
So
proficiency.
remember, you can add a D4 to this attack.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So to hit. Yeah, so all of that shit. Yeah, that's what I said.
Hey, my strength is 2, and my proficiency is 2, so I'll just add a 4 to that.
Okay. Oh, hang on, sorry. Fucking, that's for damage and shit. To hit would be D20,
D4.
D4. No, not D4, shut up. D4 is the damage.
No, D4's to the attack roll.
Why?
Matt.
For the
Hits.
bless.
No.
We're not talking about the
that's
bless.
after the
Stop.
fact. That's after the fact.
Stop.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a D20 plus proficiency plus strength modifier to hit.
Yes. Yeah. So that's I just add a 4 to that. So then plus 1d. Was it 4 for bless?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want you to get this.
Please get Max on a 4 again.
Okay.
Close.
So you whip out your pan and you hit it, and it there's a very solid sound, and it vibrates through your arm. And you're like, oh, that kind of hurts. But you think maybe if you hit a little harder, you could have done something to it.
I nearly got it.
Oh wait, hang on. No, the hunter's mark just says extra damage, right?
Yeah, that's just damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Damage and awareness. Always
Yeah,
remember damage and awareness. So
Yeah.
if this thing should teleport,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt. But
So.
Don't say that, Donald. Don't say that.
just saying.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
I'm just happy this works.
Listen, like I said, you can try shit, and if it doesn't work, I'll tell you if it doesn't work, but
I fucking love that you tried it though.
I'm all for it. Hang on, I just need to make sure he's not gonna accidentally heal you guys.
Excuse me?
Huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
The boys got spells, but this is not a good place for them. Oh, no, that's fine. Okay. So, shifting again. And keeping to, like, the desk and walls. He's like, no, I'm not getting near this thing. Hang on. Oh, I could not spell. There we go. You see him reach into one of his side little pouches that still remain, and he pulls out what looks like a piece of wax and powder, and he kind of rubs it together, and tossing it forward, it kind of coalesces and spins into this ball of fire, and it hits the side of the statue and just kind of remains there spinning. I need to do a saving throw. Oh, you ain't gonna fucking save on that one. So what is that? Okay. So you see Alex concentrating on this ball of fire that seems to slowly just be churning into the side of the statue. That's all for him. Eric, it will be yours. I'm just gonna... it's right here.
So, I'm gonna take a point of my fighting spirit to
Yeah.
give myself advantage on my weapon attack rolls.
You already have advantage?
Do
No,
I?
I do.
That's flow.
I thought it would only been a...
I thought you also got one from help.
No, she didn't help me.
Not
This
this
is-
turn.
Oh, right, not this turn.
Yeah. I didn't realize I had advantage from flow.
Yep.
Well, in that case, never mind. I will hold on to my fighting spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to take my attack roll.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
If it doesn't, you'd be fucked. But yes, it hits.
I was really hoping that the 19 hit. So I did stab forward with this dagger. Because it's in my right hand, which, though he's ambidextrous, he leans towards his right. So
still
that's
1d6.
just a d6?
Daggers are d6s.
Are they? I thought they were d4. Pretty sure they're d4.
Hang on. Maybe I'm dumb. It could be.
I can confirm that they are in fact d4.
The thing is, I don't use daggers. I have a dagger.
They're D4.
Okay, they're D4.
They're
Yeah.
D4.
Yeah, because the commoners had
Yeah.
4 daggers.
Like all my girls have daggers. They just don't use them. They don't have to use them.
Okay. So a d4. So that does 5 damage.
Okay.
Out of curiosity,
Yes.
this is more of a player curiosity here. Did it seem like the dagger had any special effect since it was made from the anvil?
No.
No.
You didn't
Also,
get
you've chipped it, ruined a perfectly good dagger.
The dagger seems fine, even though you connected pretty solidly with this. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Well, I now have a bonus action. So, question to the DM. This is kind of a flavor thing for me, but it would also affect my damage if I did it.
Okay.
Can Eric, just flip the weapons in his hands and strike with the dagger again? Because he doesn't really want to strike straight stone with one of his swords. For his bonus action attack.
Fine.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, I let you guys get away with murder and all you do is harass me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, of course you don't.
Harass. We harass with love.
17?
17 just hits.
Nice.
So you flip the dagger around to your other hand and you're like, I ain't ruining one of my swords from home. And you go for it and you hit the same spot. And it takes a little chip out of its side.
6 damage.
Blessed, by the way.
I know, I used my blesses.
Okay.
Yeah, I was rolling a d20 with a d4. I was
Okay.
like, bless, baby.
And thankfully you got it.
Bless me.
Anything else?
No, with that, he's just gonna kind of... I can't actually use the action, but he's gonna take a defensive stance and kind of be like, okay, this anvil's getting hot fast.
Mm-hmm. Ambition, it is your turn.
Well, Ambition's going to reach to his chest, hold the holy symbol with his shield hand, kind of whip, how do I say, make a faux strike, not a real one, and produce magically another mace for spiritual weapon.
Okay. Hang on, I got weapons, weapons.
That's fine.
Hang on, where'd they go? Where are they?
Nope, ignore that. Well, I mean, don't ignore that. That's going to be what I do, but
No,
I really just wanted the flavor text to pop.
Hang on, let me fix that, because it's all ugly.
Eggy.
Fucked.
There we are.
Hang on. Advance. No. What the hell do I do here? Edit? No. Oh no, it's this right here. I remembered. Control. Hang on. Shh. Hang on. Controlled by ambition. Save changes. That's all yours.
So indeed.
You place it wherever the hell you want.
It is not where I wanted.
Okay.
And it misses as it comes out and swings, or it bounces off, however you want to play that.
Yeah, kind of dunk.
But Ambition will then follow up with that swing with himself,
Okay.
and he will crit.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
Okay. So the hit that your spiritual weapon, the part that your spiritual weapon bounced off of, you kind of see maybe a tiny chip. And so you focus in on that one, you swing your mace around and connect with it, and you can actually see a small crack and a couple more chips fall off of it. And you're like, yeah, we can maybe do this.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that was it. That was bonus action and attack, and I don't feel like moving.
Okay. I need to double check this spell for a second.
So the last person to get the effects of Bless is Flo, by the way.
No, Flo used.
No. It's continuous until it runs out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, my bad.
But it does run out at Flo. Flo's the last person before I lose track of the minute.
Okay.
Unless
That
it
should
goes
be
longer
several
than a minute.
rounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't spiritual weapon a concentration?
No. Is it?
That's not true. I
thought
think
it was just
she's
there.
right.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna look up stuff now.
No, it's not. You're correct.
It's not a concentration.
No.
It's not.
Because I'm like, Jester has gotten the shit kicked out of her,
Yeah.
and that thing has just
no.
been floating around doing its own thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no. My plan was...
She used on spiritual weapon and bless.
Yeah.
So yeah, both Ral and Flo will get it, and then unfortunately, Delayed runs out just before you go because of the 6-second rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, that's 10 rounds, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Having gotten that hit, the blacksmith kind of shifts its head towards you, Ambition, and pulls back its hammer. Oh my fucking god! Are you kidding me?
Tell me it
you got
missed
your shield
again.
out. Fucking, it's only like a 14. Old shit. So it comes down and it kind of clips your shield, and you kind of brace for it. And it straightens back up.
Alright. Don't want to get hit by that.
At this point, the anvil pulses again, and that same wave of heat rolls over the three of you again. Where's my D4? Yeah. Deli and Eric, you take 2 damage. Ambition, you take 1.
Fair enough.
And the room definitely, as a whole, seems to be getting warmer and brighter, as this seems to be getting hotter. Ral, it is yours. Okay, Snap's turn.
Well, if we can't get out, maybe try to get that thing between you and the anvil.
It is. I don't understand.
Basically protecting us from fire damage.
Get to where Flo is.
Oh.
I can't stab it in the butt from there!
I mean, actually.
You'd be closer to the butt. You would be in the butt zone.
Well, yes, but if everybody's on that side, then...
It's fine, I
cheek
have
to cheek.
attention.
What the fuck number did I rate there? Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah, that
Poor
kinda, that skips over, and it kind of whizzes past Flo's head and crashes nearby into the wall nearby the desk, and even Alex is like, "What the hell, man?" He actually doesn't say it; he just kind of gives you that look. Anything else?
Yeah. This. Wait, what's the range?
On who?
Okay, it's 60 feet. I could probably hit anybody in here with it. No. Since she was already kind of hurt, and got hit by 2 of those pulses.
She's looking in great health now. Thank you.
Okay.
And that's the turn.
Okay. Flo.
Flo is gonna keep whacking at.
Okay. That's 17 hits. Jesus, okay. Okay.
Oh, damn, max today.
How many key points do you have left?
I have 2.
Okay. That's what I thought.
I'm able to use my bonus action to just do a single unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Add the D4. Never
That's
mind.
Doesn't need it
that's
though. That's 17
Hey.
still hits.
now. What would be truly funny is if I roll a 1 on
It would be karma.
Nope.
Okay.
Sadly, Karma doesn't play into this game very well.
Not yet. So having your sword like crash into the back of this thing and just bounce off, you wind up and you connect harder, and it actually kind of gets stuck for a second. You're like, "Oh, I'm making progress." Okay, pull back and you wail in with your unarmed strike, and you hit it. And a couple of chips do kind of fall off. Anything else for your turn? Flo?
Obligatory the void.
Shall
Welcome
avoid.
to the void!
Well, he just used his bonus action, so I'm going to say he's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's only move.
Yeah. Delcia.
Ah, guess who's getting another whack of the tail?
Is it Eric? He seems to need it.
Gonna give it to Ambition.
That's fair.
Okay.
Nothing against Eric in this particular case, just
Eric
bludgeoning
already
weapon.
has advantage anyways.
Yes.
That's
very
true too. And actually, so does Moon. It's like, damn it, you stupid stone statue! I wanted to draw something too. I'm just trying to save the freaking world here, jackass! And she's gonna try and stab it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Through your ranting, you just kind of, and you're like,
Swing wildly.
you kind of almost clip the guys next to you, and even they're like, "What the hell is your problem?"
She's a little angry.
A little bit. You good? You done?
She's going to move over. No, because that's in the. She's still got to be close to Ambition to whack him.
Remember that mace is hovering well above how tall Delcia is.
That's true too. So you know what? She'll move over a little bit. Doesn't want to be in fireball range, but there we go.
Can you move into his spiritual weapon spot?
I mean, if the weapon's technically floating in.
If it's vertical, yeah.
I don't care. That's fine.
Cool, because I'm just going to move it over next turn anyway.
Okay. Poppy, it is yours.
Whack!
Go for it.
So good!
You do have advantage.
Oh, do I?
Yes.
Okay. Still not enough. Even with bless, no.
You swing again.
Wait, do I
Hold on, if you rolled 4 on Bless, you...
Yeah.
Bless run out.
Bless is over.
Run out. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been
there's
6
so-
rounds?
It hasn't been 10 rounds.
Not
13
when
rounds?
Remember, it's not 10 rounds of combat. It's 10 turns of the player because it's only a minute, and every
that's
turn
true.
is 6 seconds.
Yep.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So you
Like people let that go on for way longer than they should.
I would like it, and about now is where I clicked, and I'm like, you guys shouldn't have it anymore. But I appreciate you keeping track of that.
Yeah.
You go to swing again, Poppy, and you wind up and you hit it. And you're like, oh, that vibration through my arms really fucking hurts. I should probably be doing this. Anything else?
Nope.
It is Alex's turn. Oh, I didn't roll for that. No, he's still holding it. So you see Alex with his hands in front of him, and he twists the ball, and you can see the orb kind of move upwards and push into the side of like the head of the statue. Oh, that definitely fucking remained. That's my percentiles. I don't want percentiles. Where the fuck's my D8? It just went somewhere. That's my D10. Oh, there it is in front of me. Okay.
So just a fun thought that I actually hadn't even hit fire last couple turns.
Huh?
You
The
could
last couple turns when I've been rolling to hit,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been adding my to hit modifier.
That's, your fault.
Well, good to know.
That remains. Alex's turn's over. Now it's your turn, Eric. You might want to add your hit modifier.
You know, maybe that's a good idea.
I mean, you don't have to hit it.
18?
That hits.
Okay. 6 more damage.
Okay.
And bonus action attack again. 20. Not natural, of course.
Yeah, it hits.
And 5 damage.
Okay. So you cut in and you give it 2 quick hard hits with this dagger, and it seems to it's kind of making its way deeper into the stone. You're kind of thinking that you're starting to make progress more on this thing.
Oh, right. Well, Eric
Um,
doesn't say or do anything other than that. He just kind of braces himself for the wave of heat he knows is about to come.
ambition is yours.
Well, for the DM's sake,
Mhm.
I'm gonna move
Thank you.
the spiritual weapon just over here.
I appreciate that
And
because
if
if
we
I try
recl-
to move it, it would move both her, it would move
Yeah.
it and Deli, and I'm just like, I'm not fighting with that.
No, it's fine. I'm just gonna move that over here. It was floating over her head, and it now flies over mine. And ambition will rear back, and the spiritual weapon will fly first.
Hits. Jeez. Okay.
And directly behind it, same as the first time, trying to exploit that weakness, the mace comes after. And both of those miss, I think.
Yeah, a bit. So your spiritual weapon kind of whips around and connects to where you had hit it before, and you can see a crack start to form further. And as you go to swing into it, the statue kind of shifts, and your mace grazes past, and you kind of realize this thing
Do
is...
I hit the anvil? Does it explode?
No.
Damn.
Even though this thing doesn't really have a fully detailed face, you get the sense that it's staring at you, and it's probably not happy. It's the statue's turn. You're the one who keeps pissing it off. Actually, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Don't roll a d4 when you only have 3 options, idiot, because...
I'm just saying, my
you.
whole idea was to tank. I'm
Yeah,
fine
you're
with it.
Oh, fuck. So... Wait. No, your AC is 19, isn't it?
My AC? No, my AC is 18.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I was like, no,
That's
you have the
me
shield.
with the 19. That's me with the 19 AC.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I can get up to 20 or
When
so
I-
with a certain
I got
spell,
my-
but
yeah, okay.
Parries.
So the hammer on the motion of moving back out of your attack, the hammer comes down and crashes into you. That's gonna fucking hurt, sweet. Oh fuck. That's 14 points of damage.
Damn!
he gets launched off his feet for a moment because that's
That was
an unhealthy
full.
amount of damage.
That was full damage. So
Damn.
yeah.
He's fine. He gets right back up
Mm.
slowly, but he gets right back up.
Okay. At this time, I need to do quick numbers to double check. Here we go. So, Delcia and Eric, you take 2 damage. Ambition, you take 1. Flo and Poppy, you take 1.
The range is expanding.
This heat wave pulses again, and the anvil seems to tremble as this the it's not suffocating, but you get the feeling that if this progresses, it's not going to end well. That is that. Raul, it is yours.
Seeing Ambition take that big hit after shouting.
Okay, so you heal 5.
That's a big 5. That is a meaningful 5.
And I've been missing, but try it.
Are you still fighting about fucking Bless?
Pulling
Well,
stuff out of the
that's what
player's
it was.
handbook. I wanted to.
Apparently, I had a
double-check.
weird spike.
That's fine. That 18 hits. Jesus fucking warlocks. Okay.
Oh, Pete!
So, having now kind of realized that the situation is only going to grow worse, you whip your hand back
Thing
and
needs to break fast.
yeah, you fling the spell forward, and it crashes into the side of its head, and you can kind of see the magic kind of sink into the cracks that have started to form into it, and linger. Whoever gets the next attack has advantage, which you already have advantage, but go for it. Flo, it is yours.
Double advantage, it just means you hit.
Yeah, you fucking wish.
Gotta try, you know?
Yeah. Okay. 19. Yep. Oh, that was just your bonus, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was expecting another one. So having found that you can make a dent in this thing, your sword goes in and cuts into it, and you follow through, and your free hand comes in and just bashes into the same spot, and this crack that you've started to form starts to go deeper and longer along its stone body. Anything else?
That is...
Deli, it is yours. What is this shit? Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Decisions. Going to give Ambition a gentler touch with her tail, since he seems to be taking it rather rough. And doing what she can to stab. Doesn't have a whole lot of tricks in her book right now.
Tell me about it.
I know who's not going to get advantage anymore. The 17 hits.
Okay.
Uh, 16. Okay. So everyone has been finding their own cracks and chips to work in on, and you've got this one that's just been staring at you, and you're like, no, I've got this. And again, you pull back with your rapier and you jam it forward, and it gets wedged for a second. And you're like, oh, this is bad. And it pops out, and as it does, you actually see a slightly larger chunk fall off of it and clatter to the ground. Anything else?
I think she used her bonus action and she stabbed it, so short of trying to shove Ambition out of the way, which I don't think she can do, she's gonna call it there.
Okay, Poppy, it's yours.
Alright, she's taking a deep breath. So like grips the pan right in her hand, and she's like, alright, come on, one more whack.
I really hope she kills it.
So do I. You do not understand how ecstatic I would be.
Yes!
Oh, 23!
Hang on, you can still roll with advantage in case you get a 20.
Okay, 23.
So 23. So
I still got Hunter's Mark, yeah!
Yes, you do. So it's 1d4
Yeah.
plus 4 plus 1d6.
One d4 plus 4.
And then plus 6. Or plus d6, excuse me. Oh,
God damn it.
sorry. I don't mean to laugh at that.
So
I don't
close,
mean to laugh at
I'm
that.
sure.
Crap.
I'm
Oh.
so close. I'm sure of it. That had to have been like.
Excuse me. What? Oh. So you've gathered yourself. You're like, no. I'm going to make this work because you know what? Somebody back at camp is going to make fun of me. They're going to laugh. They're going to laugh about all this. And you swing, and you hit it, and it makes the same hard connecting sound. But this time you actually see a little chip just go poof, and just pop off of it. And as you pull it back, you actually see that there's stone on the bottom of your pan, like kind of like grounded up. Yeah, you've made a small little dent in this thing with your frying pan. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
Okay. Tis Alx's turn. I don't know what I was thinking when I built him. What the fuck?
It's designed to be a samurai slayer.
Totally.
Oh no, he lost that. Never mind. No, he's
I was
not.
about to say,
lost that because
technically,
he lost it because it was point blank.
why would
Yeah.
Eric ever attack him?
I'm just saying. Either which way. Alex shakes his head and he shakes out his hands and he drops this flaming sphere spell. Ooh, no, fuck. Okay, hang on. I gotta be careful not to delete the golem. Or the blacksmith. There we go. And you see him... It's almost sad. He goes to reach for where his necklace should be, and it's not there. And you just see him kind of get angry for a second. And with and just sparks of purple and blue arc out of his hand. I don't have to roll for this shit. Eat it.
Magic missile?
Magic missile, bitches.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
The great spell that just hits.
Not just hits, especially when you get full damage for 3 of the rolls. No, sorry. So... Okay. So, all 4 of these missiles just sink into the side of the blacksmith. And you actually kind of see part of the jaw of where the missile hit. One part of the jaw kind of starts to crumple. And Alex kind of... Okay, yeah. Eric, it is yours.
This thing is still standing.
Oh, it's still standing.
Eric's just gonna kind of look at the dagger in his
I
hand.
did not like that turn.
Yeah.
And he just sighs and like flings it over his shoulder towards the desk. And he's gonna pull out his actual sword, and I'm going to take my attack.
Okay.
23.
That hits. If you want to roll again with advantage. Or was this
That was
23
the-
with
that was
advantage? Okay, yeah.
The 23 was with advantage. Yeah, I've been rolling 2 dice.
Okay.
And then, hold on, I haven't used my actual sword in a bit. Okay. I was like, what die do I use for this? And that is... let me learn how to math. 11 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to action surge and attack again.
Okay.
20.
That hits. Oops, sorry, as I hit the mic.
7 damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action attack.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Yep.
And 5 damage.
Okay. Feeling that the dagger is just not going to cut it no matter what. You throw it away and you grab at your swords and you focus in on where you've been hitting. And you deliver 3 really quick strikes to it, and a chunk of its leg where you've been hitting it cracks and crumbles part of the thigh, and it hits the floor. And as it does, this large piece just kind of seems to slowly break down into dust.
On a side note, I just want to say, like, the speed that he struck at, Flo's probably the only person that could have tracked the attacks.
Anything else?
That's both actions and bonus action. Yeah, no, that's about it.
Ambition is yours.
Breathing real heavy. We shall raise his mace above his head and let it limply fall, letting the spiritual weapon do the initial work, hopefully. Nope.
No, no, wait, hang on. It doesn't, technically doesn't threaten, so it doesn't, hang on, you know what? I know spiritual weapon can't give advantage. I want to find out if spiritual weapon can get advantage.
Alright.
No. Hang on. Okay. Spiritual weapon can get advantage. It can't provide advantage. So that 20 hits.
Well, excuse me then.
And this is coming straight from Jeremy Crawford himself, so...
That's 12 points of damage.
That's a nice
Shout out to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy, bro.
Kitty, stop!
Yeah.
Alkson, stop yelling at Delcia-san.
Ow! Yo, kitty!
Meow.
Is there anything else you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
When the attack is successful, he will let go of his mace because it's attached to a strap, so it's just dangling.
Mm-hmm.
It's just dangling from his wrist. Once more to his chest for that holy symbol. Reach all the way back and send out a guiding bolt at advantage.
Oh my god!
Yes!
And that's everything that I wanted to happen.
Nice.
Fucking... Oh my god.
Nice.
I hate everything. Holy
Nice.
shit, why?
Holy
Oh,
And do 29 points of damage.
fucking A.
Jesus Christ. That's amazing.
Let me see where I'm at on this. Hang on. No, because, like,
And provide Rao with advantage.
Swear to God, don't fucking do that. I mean, too late, but... The fun's just getting started. Why would you do that?
Oh, we've been doing doubles, not additive? Sorry, 32
No,
points
I got
of
it.
damage.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, no, it's good for me to know, because I was not...
I take the first roll and double.
Fair play.
Okay. So... Your guiding bolt arcs off your hand and sinks straight into where you and your spiritual weapon have been just chipping and chunking into. And you can actually kind of see the magic just seep into it. And for a moment you're like, did it not work? And a few of the cracks on the other side of its body and the one that you've been working on start to glow, and the magic starts to pulse. And it's this soft, instead of a gold color, it's this soft gray glow that just hangs on, excuse me, onto the blacksmith. Anything else? Come on.
Wiggly, take back up his mace, shield up, and pray.
Pray that this doesn't fucking hit.
Because he knows what happens next.
The blacksmith is not very happy.
Oh no. I don't like
Well,
the sound of
Dalit, you
that.
died, so...
I
no.
don't think he can outright kill me. I can go down, but with Ral's help, I think I'm all right.
I mean, a natural 20 might kill you.
And that-
Oh shit! I hadn't considered a crit.
This is what I.
Yeah.
That's why I did.
Yeah.
Well, hang on.
Why
That
not?
14 from before was full damage. Just
Okay.
take that into
Oh
account.
no, okay. Well then, yeah, no, it can't kill me. It can put me well and truly out, though.
But
Well and truly.
Alright, come on, phone focus.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah, I know.
I heard the gasp. I heard the gasp.
The gasp is always when there's a fucking 20. Yeah, I'm just keeping myself honest. That's where it is. I'm so
Here's the natural
sorry.
20 that killed our cleric.
Still can't kill. Thank goodness.
Oh, you were so fucking lucky. You were so fucking lucky.
I mean,
Damage.
it can if you just keep swinging at you.
It's true.
Hang on. I just gotta do math. I can't do math because I'm just like, damn it. So, having been hit repeatedly by you, its focus has just been stuck on you, especially after this last hit, and pulling back, its hammer comes down and crashes into you. You take 12 points of damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's. Oof. I'm still awake.
That's less than what you took on a normal hit. I'm so mad.
I'm not mad.
Just flat.
I'm a little mad.
You're a little mad. Again, this pulse of heat radiates through the immediate area. Deli and Eric, you take 3 damage. Ambition, you take 1.
And I'm down. No, I'm not.
I was like, wait, no, you're not. Don't fucking tell me that.
That was great.
Fucking
Bravo, Dalit. Bravo.
Poppy and Flo, you each take 3 damage.
Wait, what?
It's been expanding every
Yeah.
course.
Every so often it expands. Who wants to give me a quick perception check?
Not
I will.
Sure.
I don't see crap.
Okay.
Whoa!
I'll tell you who does.
I'm
From a
gonna-
bird's eye view of
I'm definitely gonna give it to Kobe. Just because he's got the natural.
goodness.
You hear
Ow.
rattling, just, and you turn your head, and the dagger that Eric threw over his shoulder towards the desk pops up off the floor and begins to hover.
Hey, that's my thing. Fuck off.
I need to put a dagger on the.
Hold on, you didn't see that, Ambition.
It's true.
Ral did.
Of all the fucking things, I have every other weapon except a dagger. Fuck it. This is
Because to
now.
be fair, who uses a dagger for a spirit?
That dagger's floating.
It's another dagger. There you go.
Eric kind of turns his head over his shoulder. Shit.
This happens on turn 20. But it is your turn, Ral. It literally took its turn to animate, so you stand right there. I said right there. Why are you such a piece of shit? There. But it is your turn, Ral. And you have advantage. Because fuck my life.
I don't like that thing having a clear line.
Oops, I'm sorry. Hang on. So, actually, really, everyone passed their perception. Saw that this dagger just went dink and just popped up into the air.
Okay, now I think the anvil and statue's between me and it.
Maybe.
There's
it's
a
good thing
ghosty in here!
So,
I love
There's one.
Poppy's
Oh, good.
enthusiasm.
Yes.
there you go, Ambition. You got a whole one back with my last one I'm spent on healing.
Hey, remember when you bit your tongue? Now it's fixed.
And that hits.
— 24 hits. Yeah, with the 9. Okay. Cool. So, shifting around, you're like, I'm not gonna stand near that. Hell no. You whip the Eldritch Bolt again, and it crashes into the back and kind of hits where... Ow. It hits my thumb with a pen. It hits where Flo's been kind of chipping into, and sinks in, and you actually kind of see the form, which is massive, actually kind of seem to move a little bit because of this hit. Bonus.
I don't want to turn my way.
That's everything on your part, right?
Yeah.
So was that for me? I had to make a quick emergency run.
No, you're fine. What? Oh,
You got healed for 1 point.
Okay. Sweet. Back up to double digits. Nice.
Oh shit! Oh fuck. That's it for all, right?
Yeah, that's everything.
Flo, it is yours.
Oh, by the way, because this is sort of important, I actually have a question. Before, when you healed me for technically 5, you used healing like twice. Did I actually get 5 or did I only get 2?
You got 5.
You got 5. I can
Okay.
use up to 4 at a single go.
No, I only asked because you said on the next thing you did, that you skipped a bit and you ended up doing it twice. I wanted to make sure.
Oh no, that was an
Oh no, that was for the attack. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Just checking.
Gonna just keep doing what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm. Hits. Okay. $20 hits. Let's do that. Okay. So having Raul's Eldritch Bolt just whiz past your head and sink to where you've been heading, you refocus up on that spot and you come crashing down with your sword, and you actually see another chunk. It's a sizable chunk, like bigger than your hand, kind of come off of its back. And you dig your free hand into the same now exposed area, and another piece falls off. And you actually see the form of the blacksmith kind of shift forward again, as if it's growing unsteady. Anything else?
Nope.
Deli, it is yours. I can do math. Come on, brain.
Math is for losers.
Well, my brother is a mathematician, so fuck him. Anyway, focus rest. Sorry.
It's fine. There is no way I can put myself between the golem and ambition, is there?
Nope.
And let me tell you, you do that, ambition is chucking you out of the way with as much fucking strength as he can.
Flying cat.
Pretty much.
Alright, so she's going to reach into a pouch at her side and shove a potion at ambition.
I mean, he'll point to himself and go, "Cleric."
Then heal yourself, stupid!
Yeah. Get right on
She'll
that.
whack him with her tail.
Oh, not if you give me advantage, I won't.
You motherfucker!
You don't know, it's been done. Too bad.
So yeah, her action is shoving the potion at him, and she smacks him with her tail.
Okay.
It's more out of punishment, but it just happens to give help, apparently, so...
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's all she can do. I don't think she can attack on this turn.
No. Handing over an item that is that small, I would normally count as a bonus action.
Okay, but so's doing the tail whack.
So is doing the tail. So yeah, you'd be burning your action to do that.
Okay.
To be fair, I did refuse the potions unless you really forced it in.
She still took the time to try.
That's fair.
Yeah, and she would have tried pretty hard. Just drink
Yeah.
the damn.
Mm-hmm. So that's it for you, right?
Yep.
Okay. Poppy! I don't know, I keep doing that.
That's fine. Same again.
Okay. That hits. You can roll again since you do have advantage. Oh, fuck you, headphones. There you go!
Oh,
Fucking crit. This is great. Roll for damage.
This is amazing. Please kill
And
it.
max damage.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, wait. Hunter's mark.
Hunter's mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
The most
tasty.
magical round of combat I've ever been
Please
a
tell
part
me that
So
killed it.
tasty.
Please.
Please.
That'd be too easy. That'd be too easy.
Yeah,
Bro,
but it would
no.
be amazing.
Forget easy,
No.
forget hard. That would be glorious.
It would be glorious, but this thing is still standing. Having watched your friends chunk into this thing, and you actually got a good hit with your frying pan, you wind up again and you swing, and it hits, and you just watch as this sheet of rock goes chunking off of it, actually soars over Eric's head and crashes into the far wall, and it immediately disintegrates. And now there's this exposed rock off of its side, and you're like, oh shit, this is the best frying pan I've ever bought. I'm gonna have to get myself a new one. Shit, give me 2 seconds, because I don't have this on D&D Beyond, because I didn't fucking add it. Oh no, it won't let me add it. Sorry. Yeah, that. Hang on. What? And of course everyone's asking me questions.
Sorry.
No, not just you, don't worry. Okay, hang on, I'm just double checking one more thing. I don't know what noise that was, but not a good noise. Oh no, he doesn't have that then. Okay, fuck. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have that. Shit. Okay. What do you call it? Alex, having seen this exchange of blows, kind of looks around and goes, okay, think. And you see him whip back. No, you can't do that. Shit. You see his hands come back again, and you see the same, blue and purple magic arc off of his hand and crash into the side of the blacksmith. Okay, keep going, buddy. Hell yeah. There you go. This time the one that crashes, like towards the shoulder that's holding the hammer, a good chunk of the shoulder comes off, and part of the jaw, like the bearded part of the jaw, crumples off. And even though the piece has fallen off, more of the stone that's underneath seems to start to be crumbling under the sheer weight of everything. Eric, it is yours.
Okay, looking at this thing with all the cracks, like, to it, I can see that it seems vulnerable? Or that's giving it life?
No.
Okay. In my case, I'm just gonna take my swing. 18.
That hits.
Okay. 10 damage. And bonus action hit. Wow. 2 and a 3.
Oof.
Those don't hit.
Nope.
So yeah. He's just gonna scratch across it, I guess.
Okay,
That'll be his turn.
the first part that you've hit, it's gonna be your first swing hits, and as you come back around, your sword actually bounces off the anvil and it kind of throws you off. You're like, when the hell did that get there?
That's actually kind of probably his thought process, like, when is... Right.
Ambition is yours.
Mission looks on this lovely potion. Back up with this big fucking colossus about to kill him. Places the potion in a pouch. Swings first with the spiritual weapon.
Okay. 20
I
hits.
don't know what's giving him the advantage, so do I have it?
Spiritual weapons getting advantage from flow.
Right, because parallel, fair.
Okay.
He's gonna burn another guiding bolt instead of drinking the potion.
Okay. I can math. I've been doing okay.
25?
No, stop!
Oh, okay.
She can do it herself!
Okay. So again, your your spiritual weapon hones in on this crevice, this chunk that you've been just working at, and it bashes in, and at the moment it pulls back, your hand whips forward, and the guiding bolt sinks again into that same spot and kind of seems to just crawl all the way through the form of of the blacksmith. More and more light seems to be leaking from these cracks, to the point where you can't look anywhere on its form, without seeing this magic.
Shit. Well, no worse ways to die.
What's your AC?
18.
I really wanted to down a character. Didn't fucking happen here. Having been thrown off by the different hits, the hammer comes crashing down right between you and your weapon, and it shakes the floor as it does. And the blacksmith rights itself and kind of looks about. That is its turn. At this time, it is Eric and Deli. You take 5 damage from this pulse of heat. And
Oh.
Bishan, you take 2. Excuse me, yeah, 2. Flo and Poppy, you each take 4 damage from the pulse of heat. At this point, the room is hot. It's not just this pulse of heat that's coming off every so often. The room is hot. You're sweating no matter what you're wearing. Even you, Flo. This is uncomfortable and it's getting painful. The room is bright, and standing this close to the anvil, you can feel the heat waves coming off of it, for those who are right next to it. The dagger that is floating is returned to sender. What's your AC, Eric?
15.
17 hits.
Ow.
It's only
The
a
dagger just comes flying.
So the dagger comes flying and hits you in the shoulder. It kind of actually sticks. You take 2 points of damage.
Eric will flinch a little bit, like, okay. Yep, deserved that.
Rawl, it is your turn. Oh no, no void! Come on! Come back! Come back!
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, thank you.
There we are.
Yay!
It's your turn. And you have
Okay.
advantage.
And I am spent on spell slots and healing.
I could have healed myself if it was important. So.
Your blast
Oh,
whizzes
no.
right over the blacksmith and crashes to the door that you would have escaped out of.
I will now Flo has advantage.
Flo now has advantage, like Flo fucking needs advantage.
No, might be important.
Double advantage, it just hits.
No, stop. I'm gonna smite you.
Oh, right. I keep
I'm gonna
forgetting
put that
she has
dagger
advantage
right
for
into
it.
your fucking head. Actually, I need to move
Advantage squared.
the dagger. Right there. Dagger's right there. It's a fat little dagger, I just realized.
Makes it hurt more.
It's currently in my shoulder.
It is technically in your shoulder.
Eric is very displeased his kimono got torn.
Don't worry, we'll get the weavers who are making the pajamas for the donkeys to fix it.
Stop. Flo.
Oh, it's still not dead yet.
Nope. How do you want to do this?
Yes!
Thank you.
What's its current state right now?
Wobbly, disintegrating slowly. Pieces chunked out of it.
Fry pan then.
Going to stab the sword into it. Into a soft part that I can see.
Okay.
Use that to spring up and then kick its head off.
Okay. So, between the repeated hits and the relentlessness of your attacks, you find a spot where your sword is able to get stuck in there, and with with quickness of what you would expect from a trained monk, you manage to bounce up, and where Alex's spells had kind of chunked into its jaw, your foot connects, and you think, I think I just broke my foot. But the head just snaps off, sliding. It soars over Poppy's head and crashes into the wall, instantly disintegrating. The whole form shudders, and the hand that's holding the hammer starts to release it. The hammer falls, crashing into the anvil, clattering to the floor. The hand that's holding the key just grows weak and sags, and you see the key clatter to the floor near you, Poppy. It's kind of in between you, Poppy, and Eric. And its whole form just crumbles piece by piece until the whole form is nothing but dust.
Oh. I guess I need a new fry pan. I'm gonna pick up the key. Toss the frying pan over my shoulder.
Ambition promptly gives Delcy a backup potion so that she has it.
And she tackles him.
Nope. Well, good. Okay, well, he now violently vomits all over her. It was going to be the ground, but...
Oh, God.
I mean, you should have let me finish my thought.
No, because as soon as it was dropping, she was pouncing, so...
So he
Lovely.
fucking prosciutto vomits as best as he can away from her. There's flecks of blood and it's not good. And he weakly searches around for his holy symbol and starts pumping in cure wounds to himself.
How low were you?
I had 8 HP left.
You were so fucking lucky. Hang on, I'm just gonna quickly roll. I'm just gonna quickly roll, see what happened. That would have been full damage again.
If you hit me, yeah, I'd have 100% gone down.
Eric's gonna flip his blades, put them back in their sheaths. With his free hand, with one of his hands, reach over his shoulder and pull the dagger out of it.
Okay, the dagger
Yeah.
is now cool. Doesn't seem to have a mind of its own. Just seems to be a dagger now.
He's just gonna drop it on the ground
It clatters.
and
to
make
the-
sure
No.
his foot is on it while he's standing here.
It clatters to the ground. Doesn't seem to move. Alex rushes over. And the thing is, like, he takes a step and kind of like looks like he's torn between snatching up the key and checking on ambition. Thank you. As this is happening, the anvil starts to... You can see it's cooling. That light that had been emanating from it seems to slowly be dying. The room starts to cool down to the point where it's almost dim light. But the immediate threat of melting to death seems to be gone.
Is the hammer still there?
The hammer is there.
Eric's currently using it as like a prop to prop himself up as he catches his breath.
Going to quickly, with chalk, draw the paintbrush full size on the anvil and see if I can hit it with the hammer.
Eric, seeing what she's doing, is going to pick up the hammer, getting ready to swing it.
Give me
and help her out.
Give me an art check. That's all it is now. It's an art check. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you draw a fairly accurate version of the paintbrush. Onto the anvil.
I bring the hammer down on the drawing.
Okay. You swing it and you crash into it, and as you draw the hammer back, you've just now messed up Flo's drawing. I hope you're happy.
Eric lets out a slightly disappointed sigh.
Flo clicks her tongue against her teeth. A little bit frustrated.
Whoops, no.
Without
Eric's just gonna
thinking...
drop the
Without
hammer
thinking.
over his shoulder.
Cool. Without thinking, now that she has the key, she just immediately puts it to the lock in turn.
Okay. Fits.
Keyhole even.
It fits perfectly, and it clicks very smoothly. And you hear more clicking and whirring. And there's a sound of grinding.
Do we all hear this?
Yes, it's quite loud.
Eric draws his swords again. With a very kidding me look.
Ambition is asleep.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
No, I've been reading.
Yep.
And the doors crack ever so slightly, Poppy.
Mm-hmm. So, a thing just happened.
So we heard. What's going on?
A key works, I think.
Lovely.
And Elk seems extremely torn by what to do now that he's standing next to you guys.
Is the doors behind us open?
It's cracked. Like, you can't see in it, but it's...
No, not the door that Poppy's at, the door behind us that we came through.
Yes, it is opened.
Eric's gonna see no immediate threat and sheath his swords.
Okay.
Let's go through that door. I can keep an eye on Ambition.
Eric walks over and picks him up.
That's a lot to pick up.
Careful, he's heavy right now.
Eric's a relatively strong person.
Yeah, full armor.
Oh, full armor though? Full armor strong?
Eric doesn't carry a lot on him.
No, but Ambition does.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I mean, Eric's not really carrying his, pack's weight in himself, and he's really just carrying you and your pack like it were his own kind of thing.
Oh no, my pack's on the ground. I don't ever fight with my pack on.
Here's the
Yeah.
question. How heavy is Ambition actually?
Do I need to make a strength check?
Ambition, I would think, with gear and everything, weighs somewhere about 2 and change.
220-ish.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, his gear weighs almost as much. Like, his gear's probably heavier than he is.
No, well, let's not shame this poor boy. Apparently the gear only weighs 50 pounds, but
What?
he's apparently in my pack. It only weighs 50 pounds.
Okay,
So
my bad.
because I'm not wearing plates, it's still chain. Oh right, if you add in the weapon, it comes out to about 230 pounds to
Yeah.
because it is strapped
I
to his arm.
would have unstrapped the weapon first.
That's fine. 220 again.
Deli, excuse me. Hearing you say that you'll stay with Ambition, the conflict that he was going through, Alex resolves it and charges past everyone to the door and just kind of looks at Poppy and looks at the door. Well, can I open it?
Sure, go ahead.
And he kind of gives like a little, like, it sounds like a growl, but it's a very happy growl. And with a shove, the best as he can, the doors open up into a lit back room. And inside you can see that it looks like it might have been a desk if you didn't notice the writing on the side of it. And stepping in, Alex kind of just takes in this visage before him, and looking at it, you kind of realize that this isn't a desk; it's a coffin, a tomb. And on top of it sits a book. Behind it stands an exact replica of the statue that was on the first floor. The man with his hand out and a scroll in the other. In his hand, there is a small, soft glowing orb that pulses with almost sunlight, lighting up the room.
Oh my. You first, little man.
Okay.
Be right behind you.
Walking in, the same enthusiasm that he had when you guys first got there seems to be more hesitant, more reserved. And as he gets up, this tomb, essentially, this little coffin, would fit a goblin. It's about 3.5 feet long and not that much wide. And sitting on, like I said, sitting on the top of it is this book. And Alex kind of has to, like, put one arm up on the edge to go and pick the book up. And holding it, he just kind of stares at it for a minute.
Take your time.
Curls a finger around the edge of one of the pages and he flips it open, and looking at it, there's very neat handwriting, but it's in a language you don't know. And he tilts the book slightly. You can see that there is like a divider of some sort. Putting his finger there, he pushes it open, and pressed between these pages is a very delicate, small-looking pen quill.
Like the goblin in the story now.
Yeah. And as he stands there, he doesn't say anything. He just looks at it. He doesn't make a move to take it into his hand.
Do you want us to leave you here alone?
No, you guys You guys helped me. I couldn't have done this without you guys. I just didn't know. I just didn't think this would actually happen.
Oh, you did it.
Kind of, you see him kind of like rub at his face and his eyes for a second. He finally brings a hand to pick up the quill, and it looks like this thing should just break. It looks so thin and frail and fragile. But as Alex picks it up and he closes the book with his other hand, you can see in this light that the very edges of the feather kind of shimmer. And it almost looks as if, when he tilts it, it looks as if, what's the best way to describe it? If you had colored oil and you were trying to mix it into water, and if you would tilt it one way, the oil would rise to the surface and kind of like remain separate from the water. That's what the edges of the quill look like when he turns it over in the light. And he kind of places the book down, he turns the quill back over, and he just kind of starts to hug it. I don't know how to say thank you enough.
Oh, seeing you happy makes me happy, little mate.
And the smile that he had kind of disappears, and he kind of gets this very determined, hardened look. I'm going to go home and make a new version so you guys can go and bring something to that guy.
Thank you.
But I can't keep this. I want to, I really do. But it really would be better with you guys.
Let's just for now, let's just go gather into the group again, and then we'll talk about it then.
Oh yeah, ambition! Crap!
When he looks back, he just sees Eric standing by the hall with ambition in his arms.
Does ambition have a tail?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and it is now just limply hanging there.
And Moon's going to be holding on to it.
Okay. I regret my phrasing now.
Yep. Kind of straightening up, Elk scoops up the book and takes a moment and turns to the tomb, and you see him give like a little nod and says a couple of words, and then kind of starts to make his way out. He kind of looks back and forth for a moment, and well, I don't know if we can close these doors, but we can at least lock the archives so no one can get down here.
That'll probably be for the best.
And I'll keep the key at home.
Also probably for the best.
But yeah, let's go. Yeah. So with the book in one arm and the quill in the other, he starts to make his way across the room towards all you guys. Taking a moment, he kind of thinks for a moment and kind of goes, I kind of want to bring the hammer back, but I don't know if I'd actually be able to take it with me.
We can probably do that if, well, Eric kind of looks into his arms. If my hands were free.
Well, no, I mean, like, it's a blacksmith hammer. I mean, it's really big, at least for me. maybe
It's rather large for me.
maybe Miss.
Oh, it's near. Yeah, it's a blacksmith in town, right?
Yeah,
I talked
I
to her the
mean,
other day, actually.
even
I
if
think.
Miss Remmel can't use it, she'd probably like it.
We
That's a good
bring it
idea.
back for her. Poppy, can you carry it?
Yeah, I've got big strong arms, or legs, or livers.
Then I'll take the books that I asked you to carry.
Oh, sure. Actually, before I forget, I'll do it now. So she puts down her pack, takes out the books. You can put them in this pack here, I guess.
If I may recommend, we do have the donkeys upstairs. We can pack as many books as we desire onto them.
Oh, that's a good point.
But I'm going straight
Oh,
home.
question that. What are we doing after this? Because we got one more thing to do, don't we?
We need to
go
get.
fight the crawlers.
We need to get Alxon
This
home.
is true.
No, I can get home on my own. You guys still have stuff to do.
Alxon, what did I tell you before?
Eric!
Do you
Only
want to
someone
take?
with a death wish travels alone.
Do you want to take one of the donkeys?
I'm not alone.
Oh. Eric kind of looks around very noticeably, like, you're right, we are here currently.
No, not you. And he shuffles a bit, and you see him snap. And right onto his shoulder is this tiny little puffball of some sort of bird. This is like the most adorable fucking thing you have ever seen in your life.
So Poppy squeaks.
Hold on.
That's so cute. What's that? What is it?
It's my familiar.
It doesn't look familiar to me. I'm
Okay,
not
she
sure what it
doesn't
is.
want to eat it. We're good.
What was that, Poppy?
It doesn't look very familiar to me. I don't know what it is.
It's,
Very well, you have a familiar.
yeah?
Answer me this. Can you cover yourself, or do you plan to walk in as you are? I don't have a problem with it, but you seem to.
People might not recognize you.
No, I still have spells. I would ask Ambition to fix my necklace, but he's kind of out. Yeah. No, I'll take care of it when...
Just let me walk with you.
No! I have to go all
not
the
even
way.
It's not a full day from Lockmore to where we gotta go.
Eric!
Alxon?
No!
Yes.
What?
You're both stubborn assholes. He's
Hey.
going with you whether you like it or not.
To be fair, I will just follow you even if you tell me no.
He will.
Fine, but if something happens while you're not with the group, it's not my fault.
I think they're all very capable. Besides, none of them really want me here anyways.
To be honest,
And
I
Eric
think
turns
some
and
of us
starts walking
need a
down the hall.
rest.
Yeah,
For goodness sake.
we could just spend... I mean, we've just got up, but resting's probably the best thing, especially since, we're so capable, and he just kind of does like a dead hand point at Ambition's passed out form.
Ambition's very capable.
Yeah, I know. Boy's upset.
Is there a pond, a lake, a well, or something around here?
Yeah?
Eric will kind of say over his shoulder, so are we taking a short rest before leaving here?
We should probably take... DM note, when he says long, he doesn't actually mean long rest. We should probably take longer than just a short rest, I mean...
A rest for an hour or two and then leave.
I think you need to... Yeah, okay.
Fabulous. I'm going to go put Ambition in the bed. Ambition's on in the bed.
So you guys all kind of file out. Poppy, you've given over the books and you've taken the hammer.
Yep.
In your hand, it still has that lukewarm feeling to it. So you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of unwieldy and heavy, but... so you all make your way out, and you make your way out of the blacksmith room, through the hall, into the archives. As you make your way up to the first floor, you get to the gates. Elks manages to grab one of the gates, starts pulling it close, and he turns the key back the other way and pops it out and flattens it, as it was when he first found it. You guys set up temporary camp on the first floor with your 42 donkeys.
Ambition's on the second floor in the bed, by the way.
That's fine. I think that's a good place to stop. That got to where I was hoping to.
Yay!
We'll figure out when we're playing later next week. For now, Thank you so much for this game.
Thank you.
And thank you for having us.
Layer effects, I love it! I'm so happy!
Fun. Fabulous.
Yes. So...
Ultimate frying pan!
Listen, I will listen.
I really wish he'd gotten that kill.
Yes.
I could, there was so much more damage that had to be done. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
But it was very...
I'm just glad it worked.
Everyone's
glad it worked.
Listen, this is meta. I don't know. I guess you could talk to a certain blacksmith and be like, hey, can you make me a battle frying pan? And you know
I will!
She might actually do it.
I will!
Especially
That's what she was going to do.
Especially if you show up with a brand new
Battle hardy frying pans is one of my plans now.
Yes.
So, as I hit the microphone, good job. Once again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you so much to my players for being as awesome as they are and dealing out crits like it's the fucking 4th of July. And
You know you hate us.
No, not yet.
Really? I'm not doing my job.
Soon. Yeah.
Soon, TM. But we will see you guys either next week or the week after. We'll figure that out. And once again, thank you so much, and good night.